They have PDF copies, they have VTT copies, hardcover books, sexy deluxe books. Ooh, look at this amazing box and the merch. But seriously, don't just take my word for it. Come on, listen to what Sneeze has to say. Very vocal, as always. What do you have to say, Sneeze? Exactly! See? It's amazing! The campaign setting, dreamt up by the insane mind of Felix, has 4 entirely new races, 35 monsters, 8 awesome new subclasses, a massively expansive alchemy system, which allows the brewing of over 1 million potions. Jeez, what the hell, Felix? What are you trying to do to us? Anyway, if you love Sips and his wild magic, don't fret. Wild magic and curse tables are a feature here too, so you too can casually just ruin everything. So, if you want a cool new setting popularized by the charming, crazy, and charismatic Dingo Doodles, a setting where you can ride a mechanical dragon over deadly jungles, casually summon a Tarask during some karaoke, and delve ancient ruins to uncover the secrets of gods and monsters, well, what are you waiting for? Back the Kickstarter. Follow the link in the description.
Hi, welcome to Roll for Damage. Tonight we have with us this wonderful crew. We are going to be going through a Fool's Gold one-shot. We have with us Sean playing Auric. You want to say hi?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Sean O'Donovan. I am the creative director over at Paradise Productions, and I play Auric typically on Friday nights as a time wizard elf boy. But tonight I'm going to play him as a spider boy, sorcerer. A little bit different, and maybe not a bad dad like he usually is. But yes, you can find me over on Paradise RPG or on social media at Odo_Sean. And I'm super excited to be here. Very excited for the Kickstarter.
Next up, we have Mike playing Leaf.
Hello, my name's Mike Friday. I'm the DM over at Wonders and Blunders, and I'm here tonight playing Leaf, the cowboy kitty Rudy Tooty bad guy shooty, off somewhere, doing something, probably up to no good, but back here tonight. I'm very excited to be here.
Kelsey playing Saren.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, I'm Kelsey, also Rogue Uzu over on Twitter and YouTube, where I draw a bunch of things or where I make videos that talk about the first time I ever DM'd a game called Atlantis. And I'm going to be here playing Saren, who is going to be changed into the homebrew monk subclass from the Kickstarter, and also with the cursed background. Very excited about that.
Oh no, I have to open up that sheet.
I got it for you, don't worry.
Thank you. We had some minor technical issues. We'll get to that in a second. Wanda the Ranger isn't actually able to be here, so I just left her cute little art up. However, Gothi is able to be here. Say hi, Gothi.
Hello. Hi there. I am Gothi, as people probably know me. I am the lead artist for the Fool's Gold 5e Into the Bellowing Wilds campaign, which is being kickstarted right now. And I will be playing, Gothi for this one shot. It's been a while since I've, blew the dust off of this character and been back again in the Bellowing Wilds, but I'm excited.
Excellent. So once again, thank you very much to Hit Point Press for reaching out. They actually sent me something really cool. Look at this.
Ooh.
It's the book.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love that. I've said this before, but the green screen just makes Sips' arm disappear. Ooh, look at it. Full of really cool stuff. We're going to be showing off some of it tonight. And yeah, I wanted to also thank my usual tech guy Serum, who put together this overlay. He added a bunch of really cool features, which unfortunately due to some tech issues I can't use tonight. I'm really sorry, Serum, when you watch this VOD, please don't hate me. Other than that though, I think because we started so late, we'll just try to get underway really quickly. But one thing I wanted to just say is make sure you go back to Kickstarter, have a look at it. You know, there's some really cool features. We've got, as we said, the extra, you know, classes, well, subclasses. Gothi, are there extra full classes? It's just it's the 4 subclasses, yeah?
No, I think there's extra. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure.
We know for sure there's some new races, subclasses, monsters, spells. As the ad said, just a million ways to brew potions. There's a bunch of minis, of which the Tarask mini is by far my favorite. I just can't wait to use that thing on in a game. It is absolutely gigantic. It is the size of that man's head.
It's yeah, it's definitely it is certainly something to strike fear into your players with.
It works.
It
afraid.
works. Yep. Right, bear with me just one moment. As we said, we had some tech issues before the start. My silly OBS made me update a bunch of stuff and then restart my computer. So a few things didn't quite kick off the way they were meant to. So I'm just going to get our music going. Is it still running for you players, or did it stop?
I'm not hearing it.
Okay, I will
Still running.
Still running?
I might just have to reload.
Yeah, I might just have to refresh my one too. So apologies. Try this again, and then we'll get started into our story. Sometimes these things just sort of happen. Okay. So just ahem. We're going to start tonight off with Auric, who is a regular of our main campaign, The Scales Above, which he is in with Saren. And he's sitting alone in your room, thinking of the recent troubles that you've had with your team, wondering if there was... if maybe things were better before with Leaf and Saros, maybe even, you know, the thought of Relia crosses your mind. You read another spell from your book and struggle to find a way to further your time magics of Dunamancy, to replicate spells from other schools of magic. You've had some limited success with haste and healing, speeding up an individual's natural flow of time. Sit there, close your eyes, reach out into the flow of magic, holding the very precise formulas in your mind, muttering quietly to yourself and making hand gestures that will shape that flow to your will. Suddenly you feel resistance. Your words slur a little, your hand snags on the symbols you're forming in the air, and thousands of clattering, sibilant voices whisper in your ear. You can feel your body heat up as the atoms begin to excite, increasing in speed and converting to energy. And with a sharp crack, you cease to exist on your world. I'm gonna move the scene across to a small town named Brushwick, different world. Nestled in the foothills of the Swamp Rock Mountains, filled with stunning flowers, amazing hot springs that are used by the renowned Demon Spa. Currently, this quaint village has a very active market as a guest is in town. A small pseudo-dragon is surrounded by people. He has a sack which he is pulling items out of and lays on a table. Demons fly through the air or walk the streets handing out flyers to visitors, delivering packages to their summoners. Some are even tending the local botanical gardens. As the pseudo-dragon merchant is gesturing to a couple making a sale, their son slips his mother's grip. A boy of maybe 11 years old walks to the end of this table and picks up a few pieces, back down, where he finds a book. Picks it up and he turns a small glowing gem that seems to be set in it. The book springs open. The child reads aloud the words on the page, and a flare of golden light spears into the heavens, guiding several lost souls to Brushwick. Gothi, you open your eyes and you find yourself place you passed through before, Brushwick. You have a nasty headache. Can't quite remember how you came to be here. You see this harsh golden light ahead of you, with people and even the demons scrambling back from it. What would you like to do?
Gothi would get up and brush herself off and probably sigh a little bit and think to herself, all right, well, I'm not sure how I got here, but it seems like this is just going to be business as usual. And she's going to head towards the glowing, ominous light.
Okay. As you walk towards it, from the light stumbles a catman with a red, fiendish arm, followed by a just sort of cloud of ash that just settles onto the ground around him.
As he just emerges from the portal?
Yes.
Okay.
Leaf, what do you do?
Leaf is kind of brushing ash off of himself and looking around rapidly and seeing demons flying through the air. Just whips out a hand crossbow and is pointing it around, and he's like, get behind me, get me. What is going on?
As you've yelled that out, a fleeing masseuse, someone from the spa, gets knocked by a large sort of man that had been attending this market, who was on his way to the spa, and stumbles partially into the light, falls to the ground, writhing and screaming. The body twists and cracks, taking on a new form, that of an Asimar. Saren, you are there, your swords are gone. Something odd has happened here. You find that while you're still in your body, you don't have the same muscle memory you did before. You have new skills, new scars, new calluses.
And a fucking drunk night that I have. Fuck. What the fuck?
Lastly, a spidery hand punches its way out of the light. Sarah, you recognize it, but at the elbow where usually there's an elvish sort of flesh, it seems to chip away as it's moving into this new reality, being replaced by a bit of an exoskeleton. And Auric, you step out of the light.
Yeah, you would see Auric is absolutely like observing the transformations to his body that seem to have completed across the whole body, which he previously was just had a spider arm. And he would look to Saren and then to Leaf. And I think his first reaction would be shock and excitement to see Leaf, but then he would look down and just based on how I built this character now, there's just like little spiders crawling all over him, and Auric loses it immediately. Even if you transform him into a full Spider-Man, he is still terrified of spiders, and he just starts to wipe away the extra arms start to come and wipe away across himself, and then he freaks out, has his own extra arms, and he... what? Is that Leaf? Saren?
Is that Auric? Are you in that? You ate that goo, didn't you? We told you to put that goo away, and you ate it.
I didn't eat the goo.
Ugh.
But I think this would have happened if I ate the goo.
Did that owl poison you with the goo? Because you used the goo on that owl, didn't you?
I did use that goo on the owl.
Of course you... Yeah. What? I mean, it's great to see you. What am I doing? We're not concerned about the demons. This isn't a blood war thing, is it? Am I in the blood war? I'm having blood war flashbacks.
Gothy, you hear all this as you are approaching the light, as these people stumble out and seem just very, very lost.
I assume if I've got the scene right, the general locals are panicking.
Oh yeah.
And then we have these three conspicuous standing in the middle of a large beam of light, looking confused also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gothi would approach at a bit of a more of a hastily pace, as it seems like, especially since one of them has a crossbow, that this could go bad real quick. And notices probably as Leaf, is it? Leaf has it pointed towards a lot of the demons. And she hastily comes over and says, "No, it's okay. They work here," and then tries to gesture to put the crossbow, lower it down.
And he does, like, as soon as he sees that this is not really an issue, and that the people seem to be screaming, I guess, at us, he twirls the crossbow and puts it away, and looks around and says, "Do not fear, everyone. We have come in peace. We are here with great, wonderful tidings from another plane of existence. With any sort of tidings that we might bring, we also accept all sorts of tithes, which can be laid at our feet at your convenience."
Are you trying to act as a god right now?
Demigod, whatever they want to buy into, I'll take.
Did you actually come here intentionally, or because your faces imply this might have been an accident?
Well, I may have been testing out some magic that may have resulted in this, or at least helped open it up. I'm a time wizard, and it doesn't. Where's my spell book? Where's anything? I just see spiders.
Okay, I'm getting a real sort of magic went AWOL vibe now. Is that what sort of we're assuming? Yes.
Yeah,
it's
and
kind of a bit of a thing for him.
Okay, me too. That's good.
You have, sort of like these. You can't quite remember where from right now, but you have these memories of another creature, sort of like this Catman, casting spells, and they were just going wild and causing problems wherever you went. But there's like you have positive attachments to this vague memory.
Do the rest of you having some difficulty holding on to your memories right now? They're becoming vague.
It's more of a body thing for me. I had the urge to punch things, not stab, which I don't do. And it's like, I feel like I could crack bones.
I feel like I'm becoming less analytical by the second.
I mean, I feel pretty good. I'm generally
intelligence is
2
going
steps
down.
behind the life that is happening around me, though. So, although I do, despite the differences, I don't know, you don't seem too used to your spider form, Auric, but I don't believe we've met. If we have, I'm very sorry, and maybe it's my fuzzy memory. I'm Leaf.
I've heard of you. But we haven't actually met, so. Saren. And
Pleasure to meet you,
are...
Saren.
I look over to Gothi.
Oh, my name is Gothi, and I come to think of it, I don't know how it ended up here either. Where was I before? And Gothi sort of like, as she's reassessing herself, she looks around and turns over her shoulder to check, and she says, "Where's Jawbone?"
Job.
Hearing its name, it just comes sort of heading out of one of the botanical gardens, where it had ended up. It is just. Now you're gonna have to help me out here, Gothi. Is Jawbone
Sure.
usually a careful individual when moving around a space, or is he kind of just bulldoze through things?
He's not careful, no.
Okay.
And also, I guess maybe something you may or may not want to use, DM, is that Jawbone decides for himself whether or not he likes people. He likes Gothi, but everyone else is kind of a toss-up.
Well, okay.
It's got a mind of its own.
He kind of teleported into the botanical garden, and he was, with all the screams, he was just kind of like running around a little bit, more or less just bulldozing through a bunch of the very carefully manicured plants. So when he walks out, he is just covered in different flowers, like just wrapped around him, sticking out, like caught around his fins, some are in his teeth. It's just, he's never looked so pretty.
Oh, there you are, boy. How'd you get in there?
Just sort of like looks very sheepishly at the ground as he like pads over to you, but then notices these others. I'm just gonna roll a dice and see if he likes any of you. Although, if you do want to, because I know you all have some charisma, you can try to make a sort of just go a flat charisma check to see if he's gonna like you here.
All right.
21.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Natural
what my roll
20
is.
or a 25.
Oh, hell yeah. Jawbone just loves spiders, I guess.
I don't know. Oh, I picked the wrong thing.
It's because all the arms can pet him at once.
Oryx's not a fan, but Jawbone is just like, yeah, all of those scritches.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All the scritches.
17. So
Okay. So he can't. Okay, that's fine. So he sort of looks and growls for a moment, but comes over and sort of sniffs Auric. How do you react?
I think Auric. So Auric is like falling fully into this, sucked into another world, and I make to imagine he's immediately theorizing about this just being an alternate Auric that he's been put into the body of. So, but he's starting to just kind of come into the personality of this. Auric would uncharacteristically be very animal friendly, like she's not normally. And you'd see if Jawbone would allow him, he would start scritching with all the arms, and then kind of scoop him up with all the arms and kind of cradle him in his arms, and then
Well, I do not know if you could pick him up. He's the size
He's
of
a
a
big
horse,
boy.
at least.
Jawbone is,
definitely
he's-
can't do that. I will just scritch,
So
because I'm also a very weak boy.
yeah, this is what's gonna happen here. You start scritching and you try to like scoop him up to like, you know, like how owners like lift up their dog to the front paws, and he kind of
Yeah.
back legs on shoulders. Make a strength check or you're going down.
I'm gonna go down because I have a -3 to strength.
Oh no, he's a
I
little
got a
bit.
negative
Jawbone,
one.
Jawbone, heal. Come on, don't crush the poor Spider-Man.
So
God.
Jawbone just pushes Auric to the floor and starts just licking up his face.
Yes, okay.
And so
I
like
think that's enough.
nibbling on the weaver mandibles, and then when you're like, come on, heal, he just sort of looks back at you and moves to the next one.
It
Leaf.
was pleasant.
what do you do when this horse-sized shark hound approaches you?
Yeah, Leaf, as when it had come over and kind of growled a little bit, Leaf had immediately gone into yeehaw mode and was ready to jump on its back. And then when it's sort of like licking Auric, he's just leaning back and laughing. And then when it comes over, he just starts scritching under the jowls and just says, "Well, look at you. You're the prettiest belle at the ball, aren't you?"
Now, again, I'm going to ask for your help here, Gothi. Has Jawbone had much interaction with devils in the past that have been positive?
Like, does he have any kind of background with dealing with devils?
Yeah, see, Leaf here has a arm that is quite literally just devil flesh. So, just wondering how old Jawbone would react to that as it starts reaching up to scratch at him.
I don't think Jawbone feels very strongly about it. I don't think he's got much. He doesn't have any kind of previous knowledge of demons. I will say, however, chin scritches are his favorite.
Okay.
Well, those obsidian claws give a hell of a scritch, I think.
He loves them chin scritches.
Okay. So he just sort of sits there, the head tilts and starts moving around like our dogs and cats do when they're trying to get that right spot. Seems happy enough. Moves across to Saren.
It's a big one. Just, it's been acting like a dog, so she just kind of like carefully holds out a hand in that way of like, get sent, no person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but she doesn't touch it, she just lets him kind of decide. So just like,
Okay. You with the lowest roll as well. Just walks up, sniffs the hand, just sort of like bops his head against your hand, and then moves over to stand next to Gothi.
There's a problem with that.
Well, Jawbone seems to think you guys are just fine. You seem mostly confused, not inherently harmful. So, is the giant beam of light still there?
There is a giant beam of light still in the middle of town, and this poor little pseudo dragon is just flying around trying to snatch its wares away from it's very slowly expanding, this beam.
Huh. I'm going to assume that's a problem.
Well, I mean, this has all been great. It's been really nice to meet you and your large shark dog here. But last call for tithes, everyone, in case you want, some prophecy. But we're heading back from whence we came, and Leaf is going to start walking back into the pillar of light.
You hang on a second. Gothi grabs him by the back of the collar.
Yeah. As you do that, make a perception check, everyone.
Okay. Could you also maybe do a wisdom save for Jawbone because he touched my hand?
Oh no! No!
Oh.
Don't you hurt my dog.
I didn't.
This session's going to end very differently than I had
Quickly.
planned if Gothi kills you all for
Quickly
mutating
turns to
her dog.
PvP.
It could.
This is where I'm trying to learn how to use the D&D Beyond sheet again.
That's all right.
Where am I clicking?
Would you like to explain it there, Sean, since you were the one guiding it before?
For Jawbone?
No, for the perception.
Oh, okay. So if you look where your skills are, there should be where it says your modifier. You should be able to just click on that.
Oh, I got it. I found it. Okay.
Jesus. I guess you're druids, that makes sense. You're all doing pretty well so far. Maybe not.
I live here.
Leaf.
It's my house.
Exactly.
Okay, so Leaf hasn't noticed this, but the rest of you do. And that's the reason this pseudo dragon is pulling his wares away is because the table is vaporizing in the light. and as it touches his magical items, some of which are to you, Gothi, who has lived here, it is like very, very old foreclaimer. Either tech or artifacts or just pieces of
those are
ruins.
antiques.
And they're just atomizing. So, Leaf's probably lucky that you stopped him walking into the light. Leaf, you haven't noticed this yet.
Well, what's wrong? We're just gonna go home. It's a nice spot, but
I think that portal might have been sort of a one-way track. And the other track is actually just death, and she points over to the atomized items that are slowly being eaten away by the progressively growing portal.
right.
So, I mean, if you want to leave as in leave this plane of existence and die, then sure, you're welcome to go into the giant portal.
No, tried that before. Thank you very much, Gothi. Good grab there. That was a oh boy, and kind of tosses a rock in and watches it vaporize. And then,
Gone.
Spins back around and says, "The news that we have come with is a bad omen. This terrible light which will consume your world if we cannot put a stop to it. So begin gathering your tides until we do put a stop to it, and then we will gather those up as we return to our plane of existence."
Gothi leans over to, sorry.
No, you continue.
I was just she's gonna lean over to say like Saren and just sort of say like, does he always do this?
I don't know, but I've heard stories about him, and it tracks.
Leaf is
Okay.
a bit of a showman.
Okay.
By the way, Leaf, just to let you know, I might actually be turning into a god. I'll talk to you about it later.
That's the worst news I've ever heard.
As you say, that's the worst news I've ever heard. There's this just ungodly cacophonous roar from the jungle just outside the town.
Is that a local, Gothi?
I don't know. Do I recognize it? How come I have no nature? I should have nature stats.
Make a nature check. Is Felix the one that helped you redo your sheet for 5e? You can have a talking to him about why you have no
how about a
nature.
survival check?
Yeah, sure. I might just raise the DC a couple points.
Okay. That's less great.
That's not great. It's not, from what you know, a dragon or a demon or a wyvern or a Tarask.
Good.
But it's something.
All right, well, I don't recognize it, but I'm going to assume it's not great. And by the sound of it, it's angry.
Yeah. 2 or 3 more start roaring. Like there's a pack or a herd of them moving in this direction.
Well,
big do they
maybe
sound?
best we start gathering up. Sorry, Auric, you have I tend to turn to you in terms of strategy.
Oh, I'm very out of sorts, old friend. Little in shock still of my new limbs and all of these new little friends crawling all about. I think that they might be Gladstone, but that does not sound good. There's multiple
quick
of them.
roll call. Quick roll call. Who can fight?
I mean, if I have to.
If I keep my distance, I can hurt things.
Perfect.
So, scale of 1 to 10, Gothi, how much do we like this place? Is this a skedaddle and let them figure their own stuff out, or
As you're doing that, this old halfling lady sort of comes walking. She's like, oh God, the goats are gone. And all the people start just screaming and freaking out. You can make some perception checks if you want to try to catch more about what that might mean.
Yeah.
I'll let Auric make an Arcana check, though. he might be able to put 2 and 2 together, especially since he's had some of this stuff before.
This ain't the same Warwick, so.
Oh, I got on that one.
Oh no.
Saren, I guess you would maybe get this. Was your first one a 21 there, Auric, on perception?
Yes.
Alright, I'll say you get this as well because, I let you do 2 things. You hear someone talking, like, very close to you about, how are we gonna summon the Balors? We can't defend ourselves.
Huh?
Looking up at all the
What?
demons around.
What?
Most of
Did you
these
hear
demons are things like quasits at the moment. They're very small things.
Okay, so no, we're going to have to defend this place because they don't have their usual sacrifices to do it. So, yeah. Gothi, seems like you care about this place. You seem like not bad people, so maybe we should
They have
handle
really
that,
great spas.
Oh, they have a spa. I'd like to
See
go
that.
there.
Wonderful hot springs.
Approaching the edge of town now, as you guys are kind of discussing this fairly casually by the sounds of it.
This is just how Gothy Cat discusses these things. Just
Yeah.
that same circus, different clowns.
A large, sort of almost crocodile alligator like creature, but covered in thick tar with bits of branch and bone sticking out of it. It is huge. Comes crawling like on all fours into the city. And then another one. And behind it is a much, much bigger, who's sort of nudging the next one along, almost like the alpha of the group. Followed by one last one. There are 4 of these creatures.
Warwick is patting Leaf on the back as he starts to walk backwards away.
So wait, you don't have Sloan or Saros or what? I'm front here, Saren.
I could do
It's
good
quite good.
damage. Yeah.
But good luck. I'll be slinging spells from over there. And Orc will quickly misty step away.
Okay. If everyone could just bear with me a second. Roll for initiative. And I have to open a sheet because, and hopefully it doesn't pop up in the middle of the screen like that. This is those technical issues I was talking about earlier.
My rolls are not stacking up today.
Oh,
Oh no,
Who got that one?
I did.
No.
Ah,
Mm.
Oh, it was nice knowing you.
no shit.
So I'm going to I mean, I think it'd be good for the chat to have an idea of what's going on here. This is one of the creatures from the Fool's Gold Into Belling Wilds Kickstarter called a Tarmor. They are usually just medium beasts, but these ones are pretty big. I have upgunned them some. They are some of
you did
fearsome.
that? I don't believe that.
No, me never. Fearsome predators lurking in the swamps of the Belling Wilds, usually known to be lightning fast ambush predators. However, these ones seem to be just really focused on this big old beam of light. Something about all this arcane energy dancing around is attracting them to town, where they'll divert to get food and they will kill things, but they are inspecting this big old beam. They're not walking into it. They do keep a good 10 feet back if they, start getting that close, but they're on their way in.
Is it trying to pass through the portal, or they're just inspecting it?
They're just kind of attracted to it. They're not actually, gonna kill themselves. Can I get
Push 'em in.
everyone? Anyone that rolled between 20 and 25, hand up. Oh, I just looked at it. It's really bad. 1 second. I can actually write this down this time. So we have, wow. Leaf at 16. We got Auric at 15. We have Saren at 6 and Gothi at 5.
Woo!
Now,
Crushing it.
do you want to have Jawbone roll separately, or does he just work on your initiative usually?
It's just easier if he just works on my initiative.
Okay. Let me just roll for these creatures. I've rolled for the group of 3 babies. They rolled a grand total of 2. And then the alpha. 1 second. Sorry for everyone hearing the clickety clack of my keyboard. I'm just making sure I got everything recorded. And my partner has stolen my pen. So, as these things approach, I'm going to give you guys a round to prepare. If any of you start trying to actually attack, it'll immediately revert to initiative order. But you've got a round as these guys get into organize townspeople, get yourself set up, be ready for action. What would you like to do?
Leaf will spin around and sort of address the people, and just sort of say, your siege weapons, your largest ranged weapons, stand back and fire volleys over our heads. Don't hit any of us, obviously, just the big tar creatures. Do you think that'll light on Auric? Will that light on fire?
Quite possibly. Auric is currently using his spider arms to climb up onto the top of a building.
Fair enough.
Now that I'm looking at the Tarmoths, do I recognize them and do I know anything about them?
Make a history check if you want to see if you have read, have learned, have seen anything about these before. I don't recall.
No.
I don't recall from the Fool's Gold series that you have. However, you as the player might be able to tell me if you have seen these in the past.
No, I have not. I, the player, designed these beasties. So I know. Gothi, the player, knows what we're in for, but Gothi, the druid, is blissfully unaware.
Well, I've only done a small change to these, but we'll see how this goes. So no, you don't know anything more about them. You're like, oh, that's a turmoil, and that's it. You're like, I've heard about these. They're dangerous, but that's kind of the extent of your knowledge.
Crocodile, big.
Yep.
Bitey.
The old lady's like, oh, we don't have. Usually we have demons, but no sacrifices, no demons. And she starts ushering people into buildings to get out the way. These people don't usually defend themselves. They have others for that.
And what happened to all their goats?
Where was Jawbone?
I don't think he's capable of that. Not that much of a glutton.
Well,
if we're still prepping, then I would like to take out my staff and drop a potion into the hollow cylinder at the tip of the staff, and then lock it into place so that I now have poison engaged for my next attack.
Excellent. Saren, what are you doing?
What does the area around the beam of light look like again?
So it's kind of like a market, right? So there's actually a circular town center where everyone set up stalls. Not all those stalls are still standing now, but it's only maybe 10 foot wide in a circle.
Okay.
The child in the book kind of can't directly look into. It's so bright, looking straight into it. You can't see anything apart from, your eyes burning with this golden light.
There's a child in a book?
Well, you don't know that, but as the story went, if you remember, that someone was reading from a book and set this off.
Okay. Well, right. Yeah, no, I'm just going to ready my fists, I guess, and
Ready your fists.
Ready my fists.
Henry Cavill, cocking his arms is all I can imagine.
Pretty much. I'm just thinking about, fuck. I'm gonna maybe try to stealth around to like do a little bit of to get him from the side or like the back.
Make a stealth
So I'm
check.
gonna try to. Yeah.
While I can still see Saren, I want to. You see, Auric is tapping into his new magic, which is not his time magic; it's just his sorcerer magic now. And I imagine some like golden weaves of web come out, and he's like, "I don't know how I'm doing this, but it's working." And I'll cast haste on Saren.
Okay. Do I give you sips of...
Please
Gladly
do.
accept it. I will gladly accept any and all chaos.
Roll a dice. Roll a dice.
Which kind of dice?
D20. Any dice would do. I have a percentage thing in my head I was just going to go with.
Oh, okay.
But D20.
That is a 6.
Okay. Your spell goes off. You sort of like create this web. You weave this weird web, and it just sort of flares brightly and disappears. And then you see sort of like lay over Saren, and she sort of almost like, you know, horror movies where they skip frames. She just starts like moving like that around the place. Yep, you are speedy, and your stealth was quite high, so nice and 20. Leaf, what are you doing?
Yeah, are there any horses around?
There would be, I guess, a couple in the market, like sort of connected to stalls where we would have pulled carts in, like sort of like trying to break away.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the horses and try to maybe calm them down to see if they'll let me ride them.
Okay. Feel like you're just gonna leave out the back end of town. I'm gone. This is it. Okay. So that's all your preparations done. The first Tarmor just moves on into town, and it sees people just run into a door, into one of their homes, and just barges straight through the door, and you can hear screaming, and there's this cloud of fog is seeping out from that building, along with around all of the Tarmors. The more time they spend in this area, the thicker this fog cloud gets. It is making the area lightly obscured. Leaf, since the Alpha is too far away with his top initiative currently, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I get if it lumbers into a house, I'm gonna be with the horses, kind of like untying them, and then hear the screams inside the house, and just be like, "No, damn it all!" and then run. And I'm gonna try to, like, if I can, just dive through a window into that same house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll say you can get there if you use your bonus action to dash. So you're like sort of sitting there with the horses, and you turn and hear it, and you just run in, and you just kind of like dive roll through one of the windows. I guess hand crossbow drawn. And you kind of come up, and you are in a side room, and the body of the Tarmor is just moving past, and you can hear the screams down this hallway.
And then, yeah, I'll just whip out the crossbow and say, "Hey, Sticky!" and shoot him in the head.
Okay, you can't quite see the head. You can, if you wanted to like lean out, you might be able to, but right now it's just kind of the body is passing by.
I'm just looking to distract. I'll shoot him in the butt.
All right, cool. Make your shot.
Okay. Gotta remember how to play D&D. Here we go. And yeah, I'll just make a regular. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh, well, technically it's flanked by the creatures it's chasing. So go ahead and roll just a metric ton of dice.
Okie doke. Hand crossbow. Oh, and it already switched it to crit damage. That's nice.
So that plus
Plus 8d6.
76? Is it 8d6 or 76 level 15?
8d6. Oh my god. 8d6. That was
Oh.
16.
Okay.
Oh, right, because it's a crit. Yeah.
71 points of damage straight into the side of this Tarmor, and it just sort of like rears up, like its body flexes, it starts smacking into the sides of the hallway. The family that you can hear sort of like start screaming louder. They don't know what's going on. More fog starts to just come out of the body. It's kind of like very mildly toxic because it is tar, so you know you're gonna have a bit of trouble breathing in there, and sticky tar is just smacking off areas of the house from this thing. But yeah, well done. That's your whole turn, yeah? You haven't got anything else you can do with the action?
No, that's
Because you're
all.
not a ranger anymore. Alright.
That's right. Yeah.
You're up. You move back and then up, right? So
Yes.
you have Tarmor's about 75 feet down the street from you.
75 feet. Okay. Can I? How many of them are there again that are in my
Well,
vision,
one
at least?
disappeared into a building. Three more advancing down the street. In small, big, small is the order.
Small, big, small. Okay. I would like to. I would like to cast a spell on the big one. I'm gonna do a 6th level, which is the base level, disintegrate. I'll do disintegrate
On the big one?
on the big one. Yes.
Cool.
It's a 18 dexterity saving throw. And I will spend 3 sorcery points to give it disadvantage on that saving throw. With heightened spell.
Cool. Well, it went from a 19 to a 4. So, be happy with that.
I am.
Roll your damage.
Yes. There we go. It was loud. A lot of 6s. 86 points of
Jesus. Okay. It's only the big hits coming out today, apparently. So we did 71 from Leaf to the other one, and 86 from this. Crocodile sounds too hard to make, so I'm not doing it. But it's sort of like, you know, rears up and slams back down to the ground, and just tar just poof, out to the side, and it looks up at you, and you have its attention.
Ooh, I should not have done that. Cool. Bonus action, I will spend 1 sorcery point to use my Revelation in Flesh and give myself a flying speed equal to my walking speed. And I will start to slowly ascend. Little webs coming off of me like little wings.
Little wings. Okay.
Little wings. And I'll just go up 30 feet.
Okay. Saren, you're up. Gothi, you're on deck.
Yeah, it's me.
Yep.
I'm following like a freaking same brain, so I'm gonna be also going for the big one because take out Alpha is like probably maybe the smaller ones will fuck off like if they sense danger. And yeah, I'm just gonna go up and I'm gonna first activate my radiant consumption thing, being an Asimar, so I'm gonna just turn into a living star, and then I'm gonna punch this thing 3 times because of haste.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how that goes.
Let's go, Steve-O.
22 for the first one.
That'll hit.
Okay. Good. 17 for the second one.
That won't hit.
Okay. Hold on. No, I won't use that one just yet, so
And that won't hit either.
that's okay. I can at least get one of
sit
these
there
off.
And you run up, hands up, like, this feels oddly natural, and you throw a punch in, and just your hand sinks into the tar, and you're like just kind of slapping it as you try to pull your hand out. But that first hit did sink in like enough to hit the flesh beneath. So
Okay. So, and I'm going to spend a key point to do the bad pain. But first, the damage for that hit is 13, and then plus bad pain. Not good roll. But so 13 plus 14, so 27, and then plus the additional 15 because of Asimar. So it's a lot of math.
Yeah, I'm going to scroll up to the bad pain in my little document here just to double check something because I have to make sure that the bad pain is not just more straight damage. Let's have a look. Hits creature with an unarmed strike, you can deal additional damage from this choice. The painful damage is equal to 1 roll of your march. Oh, so it's just okay. So it's just like a pressure point attack, yeah. Okay.
All of my attacks are magical though because of at this level. So.
Yep.
All right. The total damage is 42. Plus they are in my area, so they will get half of that, which is an additional 8. So 50 total.
Okay. So just some quick maths. Cool. All right. You've hit it. It doesn't seem to notice a whole lot. It's still staring up at Auric, and you're kind of being dragged along a little bit as your arm is sunk into the side of this thing. This one is... The other one's medium beast. They're kind of like maybe 8 feet long. You know, big old heads, tails, round bodies. This one is maybe 25 feet long, and like its back is sort of almost as tall as Gothi. It's like 6 feet. So I think Gothi's 6 feet. How tall are you, Gothi?
She's 6'5", I believe.
6'5", there you go. So 6.5 feet tall is very, very large. Yes. So.
Yep. That's all.
Continuing on. Gothi, you're up.
Okay. So where I need a quick lay of the land. Where is the big one, the alpha one?
Okay, so
And-
yep.
Oh, is anybody on the alpha? Is anyone dealing with it?
So right now, you are standing about 20 feet in front of this golden portal. About 50 feet in front of you is the lead Tarmor. 10 feet behind that is the next one. 10 feet, then behind that one is the next. So you've got about, 60 feet to get to the large one. You can see Seren just being dragged along in the tar on the of the big one. You probably would have seen Leaf dive through a window, and you also would have seen this sort of like just flash of dark light strike the big one as well.
Okay, so the big one is fairly being dealt with, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. How many of these creatures would you say are within a 50-foot radius?
Of you? Or of
Each other. Each other.
All of them?
Okay, that sounds fun. I'm going to cast reverse gravity on them.
Just to check, does that affect all creatures in a radius?
Hell yeah. Of course it does.
Okay,
Don't worry about it.
go for it.
Shenanigans.
So Gothi will reach out and cast reverse gravity. So in a 50-foot radius, a 100-foot high cylinder is centered on the point within range. All creatures in the object that aren't somehow anchored to the ground fall upwards until they reach the top. Creatures can make a dex saving throw to grab onto fixed objects. It's the fairly standard reverse gravity spell.
Yep.
Is there any other specs you need from me?
No, it's fine. Leaf, you're inside a house, so you just hit the roof. Like you're not gonna hurt yourself. You just effectively, if you want to, you can just stand on the roof and be fine. The creature is also on the roof. The
spirit of Sips, I choose chaos.
3 others start rising, and Saren, you're with them. You don't really have...
There was the deck save, though.
Yeah, you can make a save, but the fixed object that you're going to be able to find is the Tarmor.
Mhm.
So you can make a deck save, but you're still probably going to just be more or less like riding it up.
I'll just go up with it. I'll just go up with it in the air, and if it doesn't fall this turn, I'll try to get onto its back. I'll just go up with it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Azamars can fly, can't they?
Pardon?
Azamars can fly? Is that I'm not very familiar with vanilla
No.
D&D.
Not the kind that I am.
Some can, some cannot.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm down with this.
Okay. So it is now the Tarmor's turn. The baby ones. I'm just gonna make a deck save. What was your DC for your deck save? 18?
Who are you asking?
You.
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
I can find out. Wait one moment.
What's your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier. Let me see.
Yeah,
4.
so just
So it would be 17.
17.
No, my wisdom is 19 total.
Yeah.
No, your save,
okay,
your
sorry.
spell save DC would be 17.
Okay, so let me just check the intelligence. This is too smart. Surely this is. My DM brain was like, how do I get them through? Okay.
there's also something that you
Yes.
need to do for the big one. It needs to make a wisdom save because I touched it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Give me a moment. So
Chaos.
Am I about to have smooth brain?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
So we'll go with the two Tarmors that are outside. The first one starts like just drifting up and sort of just seems very lost, because it really doesn't have much that it can do. Its tail, covered in tar, drags on the ground, and it just kind of looks like a balloon. It's like stuck to the ground by the tar, but you know, can't really do much because it's still trying to be dragged upwards. The other Tarmor is more or less doing the same thing, but its sort of sticky coat is kind of leaving it slightly adhered to the ground. So if it tries to move too fast, it will leave and just start floating away. But it's got a move speed right now of about 10 feet, and it's just sort of plods along, trying to drag itself along by its like sticky underside towards the light. You've made these things very ineffective very quickly. Thank you. The one inside the building, on the other hand, is going to thrash around. What is their strength? Okay.
Oh god, it's on the ceiling!
Yeah, pretty much. And then it just sort of smashes through the wall into the room you're in there, Leaf. It's gonna make an attack against you. 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of damage. Please hold. I don't have enough dice for this.
I missed this.
I'm sorry. My dice box has
Welcome back.
disappeared.
Welcome back.
10, 16, 18, 25, 29, 30 points of piercing damage, 37 points of piercing damage, followed by, just from the heat of this thing, 7 points of fire damage.
Okay. So I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge to half the 30. But I'll take the 7. As yeah.
It's all
Leap
counted as one
as it comes
attack,
through the wall.
so I assume you could just halve all of it. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's all one attack?
Yeah. It's not two separate attacks. It's just there's fire damage attached to this thing because of the heat.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll half it all then.
You are
As it bursts through the wall and Leaf is like, "You've fallen into my trap!" Ah! And then gets It's thrashed around.
Yeah, it has
everywhere.
grabbed you in its teeth, and between its teeth and like on its tongue is also all this tar. So you are restrained in its mouth. You count as grappled and restrained. So, in your turn, you can try to escape. However, it's now the alpha's turn, and I had already planned what it was going to do. Haven't rolled its save yet, so we'll just see if this looks absolutely ridiculous or not. Oh, it passes. So, it's going to just death roll you there, Sarah, knowing you're on its back.
In the
attached to
air?
it. Well, it passed its save, so it's going to kind of just like, it's stomping the ground, its tars all over it, it's kind of like stuck. It's going to spin and roll like across the ground, sort of on the spot.
Good. Okay.
That would have been astounding to see if it was floating in the air.
I know, that's why I was like,
Right.
this could look absolutely ridiculous as just like this ballet of Tarmor through the sky.
It's just like, now
Oh,
I've
wait.
got you. And it kind of
So wait, that save
just
was
its
for the
instincts.
reverse gravity?
Yeah.
the
Yes,
wisdom.
the wisdom. 19, take 1, 18.
Oh, it just makes it.
Okay. I'm getting lucky with the saves, not so much with the damage. So, you are going to take the same amount of damage as Leaf did. Hold up. Ooh. 11, 19, 9, 35 plus 7, 42 points of piercing damage. Followed by 9 points of fire. As you kind of just get rolled around, stuck kind of half in this thing, slamming on the ground, getting small shards of bone that are stuck to it, like piercing into you, and then the heat of the tar is just very uncomfortable. So, that's all it can do this turn, but the fog is definitely spreading out here. Actually, Saren, you will need to take an additional 3d6 fire damage for being within 5 feet of it. So you should take 14 more fire damage.
Okay.
So yes. It is now Leaf's turn.
Okay. Leaf, I guess, is going to try to acrobatics out of this thing's mouth, if possible.
Yep.
That is a 20 total.
That'll do it. You sort of sit there and you manage to, like, I guess you just, acrobatics is a weird one to get out of this. It's bitten down and it kind of, you manage to just push aside one of its loose teeth and squirm out between its bite.
Yeah, it's like a baby one, right? So it has one loose tooth and he just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
wiggles against it and then rolls out.
Yeah.
He's like trying to shake tar off of his body. He's like, this is going to be in my fur for months. And that's my action.
There
So
is a
for
window
my,
behind you still.
yeah, so for my for the movement, I guess, I'll just tip my hat at it and be like, let's take this outside, shall we? And then I'm gonna jump out the window and then just try to dig my claws in on the outside, like above
Okay.
it, as I start to fall into the endless nothing of the sky, I assume.
Oh yes, good call. I won't make you make a dex save. I think this is sort of well within your wheelhouse. You also rolled a 20 for acrobatics just then, so I'll let you jump out, grab that, and you're kind of clinging to the wall on the outside. We'll see how the Tarmor goes in just a moment. Auric, you're up. Saren on deck.
Okay. So we've got Big Boy Death rolling. And sorry, I was just pledging to the Kickstarter.
There you go, guys. Pledge the Kickstarter.
Thank you.
And
very
that's your
much.
whole turn.
Exactly. That was my action. I pledged the Kickstarter.
There you go. You pledges to the Kickstarter give you advantage on your turns, guys. Go do it. Pledge every round.
So there is the how's the big one looking? Is it looking like rough?
Not too bad. You
Okay.
assume that due to the thickness of the tar and kind of what this, like the ecosystem this thing lives in, melee attacks might not be a bother to it, especially the big one.
Okay. And then there's the little ones. Okay. I would like to look at one of the little ones. The closest one to me. Actually, no, I should ask, is there any of them within 60 feet of me? Because I know I'm a little further back.
Yes. I'll say yes. The lead one is just at the 60-foot mark. The balloon.
How far? The
The one just like sort of stuck by its tail.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Maybe they wouldn't be that useful. I was gonna try to dominate monster it, but if it's just floating there. Instead, then I will just go with a good old trusted disintegrate again.
To which one?
So the big one.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do this at 7th level, because I have to. And I am going to spend 3 sorcery points again to give it disadvantage.
Dex save, right?
18 Dex, yes. 18
Yep, it's
dex.
failed.
Excellent.
I don't have to roll the second one. That was a 15. So, yep. That's such
Okay.
a big number. Plus 40.
86 points of force damage. So I imagine I'm just Kamehameha like spiderwebs at them that are dark and terrifying.
That now has hurt it. You sort of see, you hit it in the like side of the skull, and you just disintegrate a big portion of its face and shoulder. It's mad, but it's sort of stuck there because reverse gravity is bullshit.
And I will use 30 more feet of movement to just keep floating upward.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Yes. I'm pretty high up, so that makes sense. I can see all over the place. But not that well. It's a 5.
It's pretty up here.
This is very lovely.
Okay. Sarah, you're up. Gothi on deck.
Okay, so man, fuck this thing. I am going to try to like you hit it again because I have other limbs, so
Yep.
may as well try. Okay, so and
18
is
hits.
that okay? Cool. I'm going to use my key points to boost that up. Are you allowing the those optional feats, not feats, but the traits and stuff that came with Tasha's?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I will use key points to. I will use 2 key points to boost that up to 19 to hit. And then I'm going to use another key point to do flurry of blows. So I'll hit another 2 times. That's right.
Yeah.
So you've got
Hell
hit.
yeah.
Okay.
Show that crocodile what's what.
And then let me just do the.
Shit hard.
Another one?
Oh no! Oh, it's fuck.
Let's go.
Was that 2 nat 20s in a row?
Let's do that 20s in a row.
Wow.
So you're hasted, so you still have one more attack, don't you?
I'm not going to
Oh.
be using that for an attack. I'm going to be using that to fucking disengage from this motherfucker. Because I can't take another hit if this doesn't kill it.
Okay. Roll
but-
your damage out, and let's see what happens here.
Okay. So freaking the first
Destroy
one.
them.
Destroy them. So 13 for the first one.
Math here. Why are you making me do math on the weekend?
Because I gotta do math too.
13.
Plus
Six.
6, 19. And then let me see if I can. Can I not? I can't roll the. damage on the nat 20s, so we're just gonna double it with a -5. Okay, so the third
6 plus
hit
11.
would be
Yep, so that goes to 30 damage so far. Last one.
okay, 12, and I'm going to be using.
One, I believe.
Used 3 key points, so
No.
I'll
49.
use.
Yes.
I'll use 2 more key points to do the bad pain. Or wait, let me double check that it's only once. The bad pain when you hit a creature with an armor. Okay, so there's not a limit. Okay, so yeah, I'll use another 2 key points to do some bad pain.
Okay.
Plus 26, and then plus 11.
Okay, so 49 plus goes to 60, 86 points of damage. Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
And then I'm
This is what you-
disengaging.
This is what happens when we're level 15.
Yes. Okay, so you're disengaging. You don't have to make any sort of check, but you do just kind of move across and up a bit, like at an angle. Make it you've got the choice of, like, this thing's on the floor. You can... Tell you what. You can run across this sticky tar thing's back onto the one behind it and out the back of this. You can get out of the
Okay.
race that way by crocodile running. What is the radius of this reverse gravity? 50 feet?
Sorry?
Gothi, radius of the reverse gravity was what?
50 and 100 feet tall.
Okay, so with your disengage and your move, you can make it out there. So
Because-
you just see her just like tick, 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 across the back of these this thing, managing to not leave the ground apparently.
By the way, add another 23 damage onto it because of my Asimar radiant consumption. Because I get to do another 15, and then it was in my area. So.
Okay, it is not looking good.
Who wants to see what it looks like when a crocodile explodes? Because that's probably where we're going with this today.
Yeah.
As you are running, Sarah, and you head out the gates of this town, can I get you to make a perception check, please?
Yes. 20.
Okay. The jungle is shaking. You can hear wing beats. You can see more of these tar creatures moving through it. This beam of light seems to be attracting everything that can see or feel it. Don't know how big the radius is, but they coming.
Can I call out? Can I?
You can, but I think you'll be probably too far away to be heard clearly over all the roaring and grunting and screaming.
Stop that fucking light! Yes.
Make a
I'll
perception
still
check. Everyone else.
Oh man. Oh wait, I have reliable talent now. So
You do.
anything
about
with
that.
so that's a 13.
Okay.
10.
Gothi, you're the only
Yes.
one that hears this scream of "Stop that fucking light!"
All right, agenda number 2 then.
It is your turn.
It is my turn. I have a very important question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to willingly stop a spell?
Usually it says you can stop it as a bonus action or an action or whatever.
Okay, so I'm free to cancel that reverse gravity spell whenever I choose.
Yeah. Usually a concentration spell, you just stop concentrating.
Okay,
So-
I have a follow-up question. Is there any of my allies, quotation marks, trapped in the hover zone?
There is one. You can see the Catman, like, upside down, clinging to the side of a building as a Tarmor is about to crawl out.
Okay. He's probably not within the danger zone then. He's not up very high. At least it's fine. But I'm gonna make my next move, however, spike growth. So Gothi is going to take the area that the Tarmas are mostly concentrated above, and turn that area into a spike trap. A 20-foot radius centered on a point within range. So my best ability to get as many of these in it as possible.
Okay, so probably the lead one that is ballooning and the one with that had Saren on it would be the two that you would get.
Two's good.
Good.
Two's
Okay.
good. So is that my end of my turn, or can I cancel that averse gravity?
You
It's
still
okay
have
if I
your
have to
movement and
wait.
bonus action. That'd be just your if spike growth is that a concentration spell? Yeah, if you cast a concentration spell, you just cancel the previous one, so you can just cast spike growth, and it turns off reverse gravity.
I don't see anything on it saying if it is a concentration spell. I see the components of VSM, which I assume is verbal, semantic, and material, but we're not doing material.
Does it have a diamond next to the name of it with a C in it?
Nope.
It's not concentration. You can turn. I'll let you turn it off anyway if you wish. It's fine. So you still have your movement though.
Okay, well then I would like to move away from, being potentially crushed.
Okay, so this reverse gravity turns off. The ground just is this spike growth earthy or is it more plant based?
It is. Let me see. Area 20-foot radius centered on a point within range, twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. Doesn't really specify if it's earth.
How
but
would
it
you
does
like
give
to
me...
flavor it, Gothi?
Oh, I would love it to be stone. Just
Okay.
big stone
Just these
pillars.
Stones just out of the ground.
Yep.
How much damage do these things take on a failed save, and what save do they make?
Normally this is a difficult terrain sort of spell where
Mm-hmm.
creatures trying to move through the area would take 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet they travel. However, we're sort of playing the fun version of this where we're not traveling horizontally, we're traveling vertically and at high speed.
Okay.
So this is for DM to have some fun with.
I feel like the small one at the front is not having a good day.
No.
Because its whole body weight just goes poof, down on these spikes. The one on the ground is now sort of bellowing in pain and trying to push itself off the ground. You can see that it's got all these tears and rips across its abdomen. It's not dead now, but it is so damn close, it's not funny. With that, 2d4 you said. Let me tell you what, I'll get you to roll.
What shall I roll?
Just thinking. We'll get you to roll 12d4 damage for the falling one.
Jeez. Where can I roll that on my... Should I just type that into the Google roll?
In the bottom left corner of D&D Beyond, there should be a circle with a D20 in it. If you click on that, it should let
I
you
see it.
do, and you just click as many times as you want on the D4.
Oh, how many do we have? 12d something?
12d4, I'll let you do.
Jesus. Oh, there we go, 12.
Alright, it just whoosh, falls to the ground and sort of just like moans pitifully as you've really, really badly hurt it. The one behind is still trying to it's just locked eyes with Auric at this point and just hatefully just dragging itself across these spikes. It wants him so bad. Right. There's a harsh screech that fills the air. Auric, make yourself a perception check.
16.
Across the treetops, now that you're high enough, you can see there's a wyvern sort of creature just towards the town. Looking down, you can see sort of the bottom of the light is the brightest. Looking down, you can see this hovering child with a book in front of them. And they are about 15 feet off the ground. And their mouth is muttering, their eyes have rolled back in their skull and are glowing. They can't seem to stop reading from this page. Something has gone horribly wrong here.
Okay.
With that, we'll take a short break and then come back to finish the session. So we will see you guys in like 5 minutes. We're just going to get a drink and we'll be right back. See you soon, guys.
See you soon, folks.
Bye.
Gothi's waving. Hey guys, and welcome back. Checking that everyone's in the right spot. Yep, they are. We are once again live. I'm just going to check all our sounds work. Can I get someone in the call just to make some noise?
Hello, my name is Sean. Boop, 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 boop. I'm a robot now.
I'm making
neighbor
human
Woody.
sounds
Howdy,
that
howdy.
a human would.
I am a person.
Every time you ask for someone to say something, everyone just goes nuts just for a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll down and just see the stats for the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth thing coming at you. Cool. So I'll say, yeah, Gothi, you can make yourself a perception check. You've seen one of these things before that's flying. You're in a position to see it, kind of. Leaf ain't.
When we got a perception. Oh no, where's my numbers? Sheet. Click.
There we go. 19. Okay, so just straight up, there's a moss wyvern coming.
I should hope I recognize that thing. It stabbed me last week.
It is, yep, it is coming at you. It is angry. It seems to want to, yeah, just get real up close to this weird beam of light that Auric is now seeing a small child reading a book inside of. But it's now the Tarmor's turn. The lead one, it's gonna kill itself. Just let me just see. It takes a D4 damage. 2d4 damage or 1d4 damage every 5 feet? 2d4? Cool. Why does it keep fast roll? Excellent. That was loud. 12 points of damage. I shall not be doing that again. That was awfully loud. I'll just roll on my desk. But 12 points of damage as it just sort of starts ripping itself to pieces, trying to get off these spikes. It is not doing well. The big one, actually the one at the back, is going to turn around and go for Saren. Uh, 23 to hit. I'm going to assume it's a yes.
Hold on. So here's my question. Because when I disengaged away from this thing, I was going my full movement.
Oh yes, how fast are you now, actually?
110.
Okay, yes, I haven't had a monk in a party for a while, and I just remembered that they
Thank
did
you,
get
haste.
Oh, and you got haste. Okay,
And she's hasted, yeah.
It turns around and like sort of snaps at you as you go over it, and then just sort of like looks, turns back around, keeps on going into town. The one in the building is going to. It was on the roof as it kind of came through, and then gravity turned off and it just fell to the floor, and it's just sort of stuck on its back by the tarp, not able to do much. And the little family come out and just start stabbing it with like everything they've got. Just there's like a fucking 10-year-old with a knife. The mum and dad are like with a shovel and a broom just stabbing.
Attaboy.
It is a little bit nasty. And then you can see as they're like cutting open, the mother is like scooping out guts and taking them to a little like circle in the hallway and starts chanting. And Leaf, you're just, I guess you're falling flat in your face. You want to make a dexterity save? Because you were hanging upside down.
Falls flat straight
21.
into
Yeah, so
belly
you just
of
kind of
this
like
creature.
flip around and like just land like sort of like, you know, the super edgy rogue pose on the windowsill, Batman Dark Knight thing with your little crossbow, and then you seeing this, and yeah, what was the face you pulled?
Yeah, he lands in like the superhero pose and then like looks up all hardcore and sees them just like tearing this to pieces, and he just goes, and then slowly lowers himself down from the windowsill like outside and just kind of like shudders and takes one look back at the kid, and it's just like go, and heads back towards everyone else.
Okay. Cool. So the big one, the alpha, it is so close to dead, and it's got to sit there, and it's going to spew hot tar onto its tail. That is just like, these things live in the swamp. It's covered in tar. It's ingested a bit into itself over time, and it just gets its tail and swipes out. I'm going to need to get Auric and Gothi to make a dexterity saving throw.
Even in the sky?
It is a massive just cone of hot tar coming at you.
Dex is not my strong suit. I am very old.
Me
You're
either.
very old.
Got a 3. Oh, it's a 5.
Oh, thank God. 21.
Okay. Well, you, Auric, pass. Gothi, you are going to take 3d6 fire damage. So you take 13 points of fire damage, and you are currently trapped in sticky tar.
That's not great. I don't like that.
Now,
Numbers.
Jawbone has been sitting next to you this entire time.
Yes.
Just like protecting you. You want him to do anything?
I guess. Where is the nearest Tarmaw? Is it my turn?
It was your turn just before these things, so I'm just kind of like letting you go back to do a Jawbone thing. The other thing is,
Sure.
I guess he should make a save.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a separate stat for him unless we look at that sheet I gave you earlier.
Yeah. Just you can use that sheet. We're just going to, if I remember correctly, tell me what his reflex save was. I don't have it up right now.
Hell if I know. I gotta find it. Give me a second.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. So Leaf, is actually your turn as you've lowered yourself down and you're looking out. You can see this like just it's the whole street is now covered in tar and like little pieces like burning pitch. This poor pseudo dragon is just like still stuffing its little like bag of holding full of stuff and just comes zipping over to you and telepathically tries like gives you images of its stuff on fire, that it's small, it wants in the bag, help, and then it reaches in and pulls out 3 golden crossbow bolts, and with a little arm it's just like, and then points to you again and back to the table.
So wait, he wants me to put him in the bag, or he wants me to put his stuff in the bag?
Puts his stuff in the bag.
Okay. Leaf will, I guess, take those and say, I mean, we got, is anyone in immediate danger, does it look like?
Gothi's stuck. Saren you can't see. Auric's in the sky. There's tar everywhere, and you can hear more roars and the flapping of wings from outside of town. It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah. I'll be like, listen, I'll get to it, and I'll snatch those crossbow bolts and then run up the wall onto the on top of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I will shoot. Is the big one is still up?
Yep.
I'm gonna take a shot at that. Or do I see this big moss wyvern coming in?
Yeah, it's about 120 feet out of town. So you've got like at least a round. Like you got 10 seconds. You got other things you can deal with. 10 seconds doesn't sound like a lot when there's a dragon coming at you, but there are things closer.
So yeah, Leaf goes to load one of those crossbow bolts in, but then already has a crossbow bolt in it. So he just casually like looks to the side and shoots that at the big thing so that he can reload it with the new golden one.
At the big thing, do you mean the big Tarmor or the flying creature?
The big Tarmor.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh, it's a critical fail.
Sure. You fire it, and it just kind of, with all the fighting that got on, the bowstring had loosened a bit. It's sort of just like very limply. You know those videos of like someone loading a mortar and it just goes, boom. It's just that. It's just at the front of your crossbow.
And he's like, "No, I got to keep these things tight." And then he's just sort of fooling around with it. And I guess I'm gonna keep casually walking across the rooftop, just to get a bit closer to, I guess Auric, if Auric is in the sky.
You can still make your attack as a bonus action, I believe. Want to? Because you attacked with something with one hand.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, I will do that.
And no one really knows you're there yet, so I'll let you make it. It'll be a sneak attack.
Okay, that's a 28 to hit.
That hits. This is at the big thing on the floor.
Yes.
Roll your damage.
This and this. It's
Okay.
45 damage.
So the bolt just sort of like hits it and sinks in. And the Tarmor just seems to expand, and just explodes. And tar goes everywhere. There's guts, there's viscera, and the bolt that's on the floor has like sort of like it's got these like small pieces of like unfolded from it. And there's like little needles sticking out. They just sort of go back into it.
And Leaf looks at the other two and then kind of like, all right, oh, okay, and puts him into his coat. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Auric, you're up. Saren on deck.
All right, so I see this child being possessed by this book within this pillar of light right now.
Yes.
Does it look like the light is like he's fully in the light, or is
he's
in
like
a safe spot
in
inside?
the center?
Oh,
But it's just not taking him. It's not destroying him. It's maybe
Okay.
the outside is the only thing. Like the event horizon hurts things, and inside is safe. You're not sure.
Okay. Saren, can I see Saren? Are you out of danger?
I'm all good.
Okay. Because you're gonna get sleepy in a second.
No.
Because I'm gonna be dropping that haste on you, so enjoy your
No.
6-second nap in a moment. Exactly. Because I am going to replace that concentration with a telekinesis spell, and my goal here is to try to close the book with telekinesis and pull it away.
Okay. Make a Arcana check.
I wish I was normal Auric right now.
Wish you were normal too, Sean.
Well, I'm going to use a sorcery point to re-roll that, because I can re-roll a fail with a telekinesis ability I have. Something. Because that was bad. Okay, 15.
The book sort of quivers, and then the golden light sort of like flares around the book, and you get this like little bit of backlash. It doesn't break your concentration, but these lines of energy just out from the pillar of light, and these quasits that were like in front of these shops, like protecting it a little bit, get hit, and their eyes go from like this like blue to a red, and they just turn and start jumping on the summoners.
Oh no.
Your Arcana check's kind of, you get the feeling that you're doing the right thing. You just need a bit more oomph to get through.
Okay.
What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
I don't believe there's much else I can do right now. I will just because I have it and I don't have much else to do with my bonus action, I'm gonna use my telekinetic shove. And I'm just gonna shove the kid. Try to get him to stop. I'm just gonna shove the kid to try to get him to stop reading.
Nerd shove.
I'm really legitimately Auric is trying to slap a book out of a kid's hand right now and call him a nerd.
No. All right. What
No reading. Not allowed.
What?
I can't
How
do
far
it,
does it
actually.
move
I'm
him?
too far away. I'm too far away. I can't do it. I am too far in the sky. I just realized.
Okay, no worries.
It's 5 feet that it would if I could. So I'm gonna try to do that though in the future. So be ready.
Okay. I need just 1 second and just bear with me here. I apologize if the screen goes all wacky. I just need to find this. Jungle over here. So, I'm going to move it on to Saren's turn with Gothi on deck.
I fall over on the ground.
Never been more tired in your life.
That's all.
You can't do anything with your turn?
Nope, because haste is ended on me.
Okay. Gothi, it is your turn. Do you have the sheet for Jawbone?
Oh, I think you're muted.
I think she's muted. I think she's it.
I am. I was muted. Okay. I have his sheet. You were asking for a deck save from him last I recall.
Correct.
You want to know his reflex.
His reflex, yes.
His reflex is 11.
Okay. So what I usually do for converting just like on the fly very quickly, more or less just halve it. So we'll go with his deck save will be 5 plus 5.
Okay. So who's rolling?
You're rolling.
I'm rolling a d20. I have to roll. That's how D&D works.
Yes, it's your papa. You get to
Imagine
roll.
that. God, my rolls are so terrible. So that's a total of 14.
14. Yeah, he also is going to take the 9 points of fire damage. And he is restrained. However, in your turn now, he can try to break free. So you can both try to break free at the start of your turn.
Just, okay, so it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use Misty Step to just, like, pop out and poof somewhere else without the tar on me?
Yes. I'll say yes.
Great. Cool, I will do that. And then when I can find my dang thing about her special custom-made class that we're working on for the book, I think there's an ability where she can literally poof Jawbone next to her again.
That is correct. I'm just trying to find it myself. Yes. Where is it?
Oh, I think I found it.
The answer is yes. I'm pretty sure you can call it to your side and you can go to it.
Yes, it's like he can come to me or I can go to him anywhere. Yeah. But I'm just going to use it.
Action or a bonus action?
It says a brief magical ritual taking 1 full round. So I guess I can't do it if I already cast something.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. But next turn
Not
you
quite
can.
Yet.
It can make a...
Oh, sure.
A check if you want, though. Like, just it can try to break free naturally itself.
Sure. Jawbone's a tough boy. He can do it. So what would that be? A strength modifier, having it, and then rolling a d20 again?
Yep.
Cool. So, and we're rounding down?
What is Jawbone's strength?
7.
Seems very high.
No, like that's his modifier, yeah.
Yeah.
He's tough.
Yep, no worries. Just make the roll. You can go with +7. It'll be his save anyway.
So if we're going with a +7, that's 13 total.
He is sort of stuck. He's like almost whining, like trying to get in there. He's getting frustrated. He has... Oh no, that won't work. But yeah, he's just can't seem to escape. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
When I Misty stepped, I want to Misty step near Saren, so she pops next to her.
Okay.
Him? Her?
Her, sorry.
Her. Okay.
Yeah.
So Gothi pops next to Saren, who looks like she's in a bit of a bad shape.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
sleepy.
And I have a bit of a hodgepodge idea here with some of Gothi's custom-made potions and stuff, one of which I mentioned in the Discord earlier. So Gothi is going to kind of bend down to Saren and say, hey, how do you feel about taking candy from strangers?
I know your name. That's good enough.
Cool, try this out. And she hands her a piece of candy, which is actually called a berserker candy.
Saren,
Yeah.
you become large. You grow. And so just like Hulk out. You gain +4 strength for 1 minute. And you are large for a minute.
I'm hoping that somehow counteracts a little bit of her tired. Yeah.
I will say that you pouring strange drugs in her mouth wakes her up.
Now don't be a narc.
I'm not a narc. I'm not a bitch. I don't need stitches.
All right.
Good. Now go kick some ass.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Okay.
Gives you a thumbs up.
The Tarmor's turn. You know what? Those two are still stuck in difficult terrain, dragging themselves through. I don't think they're ever going to be able to leave that before they die. But they just keep on moving. The alpha's dead. I'm gonna roll for the moss moving. Is it very slow? So it is now about 20 feet away from Leaf. And it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Leaf kind of cracks his neck, seeing something fly in. Limbers up real quick, and then yeehaw, I suppose, and is going to run. I'm picturing like if there's like a bell tower or something nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to run up the side of that and try to jump onto the moss orbin.
No worries. I'll say there's like a tall chimney you can sort of like climb up. It is swooping quite low. Make an acrobatics check.
I will. Say 23.
That'll do it. You run up, jump up. It tries to snap at you as you sort of like do that whole like flip into the air and land in this like mossy thing's back. It's a bit slippery. Make a dex save to try to stay up there.
Okay. That's a 25.
That'll do. You sort of like slide a bit, stop. Good. That'll be. I'll say you can still do an action. I'll let you have an action.
So I'm gonna take out my chain crossbow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good God.
And I want to swing the chain around its neck.
Yep. So for your action, I'll get you to make a attack. But we won't add your proficiency to it. So it'll be just a straight dex, I guess.
Okay.
Straight dex check.
Oh, that is a 7, but it would be a 15 because of reliable talent.
Yeah, okay. Let's check this thing's AC. Let me have a look here, hey?
Oh, no, never mind. That's only when I add my proficiency bonus.
Okay, so you swing it around and it sort of goes up and as you've like released one hand, the slipperiness of the moss, you kind of like slide a bit and you grab on. I'll let you try it again as a bonus action. Being a bit loose with the rules here, but I like what you're going for.
Okay. Straight dex. worse. 7.
Okay. Yeah, you just not have a lot of luck here. It is covered with a lot of sort of moss and stuff on its body. You might be able to find somewhere else to grip onto or get the chain like snagged onto, but swinging around its neck right now is a bit troubling. All right, Saren, She-Hulk.
Is me. I'm a big. Okay, so yeah.
Don't make me proud.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going, and I'm going to go and run just right back down there. So just 55 feet for now. Do I reach like the back alligator?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the tar. I just forgot its name. And I'm. It to think, cause
It's
You
it's
know-
not that big. It's a medium beast, and you are now large.
yeah.
Suplex that gator.
You know what I kind of want to do?
What?
So here's a question. There's been a bunch of creatures that have been like attracted to that golden beam of light.
Mm-hmm.
Has anything, even like a small flying creature, like passed through the light yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. So maybe what I want to do is maybe I want to just grab it by its tail, swing it around like Donkey Kong, and just throw it towards the beam.
Gonna eat that gator.
Okay.
wanna eat the gator.
Okay.
Gonna eat the geet.
I'm gonna
Eat the geese. Okay. Okay.
Eat it.
Tell you what. Make a. Okay, just you know, straight up make a strength check with advantage. I like what you're doing. Give it a
Okay.
shot. I don't even make you attack. You just because it's got a sticky back. You just pretty much grab and throw.
Okay, so just make an attack.
Make an attack for accuracy, sure, and then strength check for distance.
Okay. Where am I? Here. Are they both at advantage or?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. And then do your strength check.
Yeah, strength check, which will be
At plus
like-
2 on what you've got now.
yeah.
Because you got plus 4 strength. Unless it's not meant to be plus 4 strength modifier, is it, Gothi? Or is it just
Sorry?
the Berserker potion? Is it plus 4 strength modifier or just plus 4 strength?
I think it was plus 4 strength overall, not
Yeah, cool.
modifier.
So you
But
get
keep in
plus
mind, this
2.
is 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the modifier would be plus 2.
Yep.
Okay. And this is
Probably still enough for a yeet.
Yeah, you
we'll,
can give
we'll
it a good
see.
yeet.
Capable of
Hmm.
yeet.
Okay, so that would be 12. Oh, I haven't clicked it yet. Let me click it.
Oh, yeah. Farewell, crocodile.
Okay. Considering that you are like 80 feet away from the beam of light where you are, you're going to pretty much grab it and you do more like a shot put / javelin thing where you take a couple steps, you spin and you throw, and you realize how far away you are, and you just see one alligator. There's one on the floor, just and that bottom one was on spikes, so it just sort of as spikes exit its skull and its back and its hand, as it is just dead, crushed by another alligator onto these spikes. And the top one is stuck to its back a little bit. You know, these things can move through tar a bit better, but it's sort of just like trying to get itself off its companion.
Like a
Okay.
very toothy Oreo.
Yeah, very toothy Oreo. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash to get closer because
Yep.
I want to get that boy out of that beam of light. But God, what the fuck do I do?
Are you slowed by difficult terrain? Because that ground is difficult terrain.
You have a
Yes.
monk feature that stops that?
Not for this, no.
You have to scoot around the outside then, and you are pretty fast, so you still get
Yeah,
a lot
which
closer.
that's why I'm dashing so that I can
Okay.
go just like.
You'll be about 40 feet away after scooting around the outside. Gothi,
Okay.
it's your turn.
Okay, so we have the boy who's reading the book,
Mhm.
and like we're talking arc thing sort of thing. He's looking pretty possessed and ominous. I guess first off we'll start with Jawbone and see if he can get out of his situation. Was that a +7 to his strength to try and get out?
Yep. Correct.
Come on, Jawbone, you can do it. Yeah. So that's 15
yeah.
plus 7.
He gets out.
22.
He sort of,
Yes.
in a fit of anger, just like bites, not just the tar, but like the earth under it, just rips up and just spits out a chunk, and just be mad.
Attaboy. How far away am I from hovering ominous child?
So you Misty steps to Seren, so you're about
Yes.
80 feet. Jawbone
Okay.
is about 20 feet.
Okay. I would like to try to cast silence on the child.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna have to make an Arcana check.
where? Oh, there it is. Come on, lucky dice. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, that's 18, no bonuses, but
Oh, you don't get any bonuses? Okay.
no.
So no.
No.
So you sort of like do the component parts, verbal, somatic, and you almost feel the wave of silence try to crush around the beam of light, and then there's just this percussive bang, and it fails. Whatever's happening here is overpowering your spell, and once again, these little lines of energy shoot off, and this time you see it go into a window, and a Marilith slithers out into the street, red eyes staring straight at you.
Oh, that's not great. Hang on a second.
Yes.
Just, Gothi the player, and also now Gothi the character, are wondering, this seems like a wild magic thing. No? Just give me shrugs, that's it? Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry.
Well, hey, few people are more familiar with wild magic and being able to recognize it more than Gothi. There's one other person and it's a monkey.
There's someone here as well in the cast that has had lots of experience with wild magic. So it is definitely something strange going on, and it seems like whatever's happening is just like feeding itself, and you are attempting to break that power. Again, you made a very good Arcana check. It's just below the DC. So I'll say that you definitely know you're on the right track, that you need to overpower this with spells of some sort to force this gate closed, and you hope at that point everything will start reverting to normal. But every time you fail, you seem to be corrupting magics in the area as some energy surges out of the portal beam of light. I'm not sure.
Okay. So what we're effectively dealing with is we have to close the magic door, but we're closing the magic door with magic.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Did I
Okay,
go that
then-
round?
Pardon?
Did I go that round?
You did. It's just been a long round. I think you did.
Okay.
You might not have. We'll find out in a second.
Okay.
Well, I would just like to use my movement to go back over to Jawbone, and I'll climb onto his back.
You're on the other side of the spike growth right now, so you'd have to cancel that and then just run straight through it. But you can. Unless you want to keep the spike growth there, slowing the monsters that are coming, that you can probably see now exiting the jungle towards the town.
I'll keep the spike growth because I think that's going to be really
Alright.
good and useful.
You just sort of loop
Then
around
I'll
the
just
outside.
I'll
You won't
run.
quite get to it.
I'll take the long route. Maybe Jawbone can meet me halfway.
Okay, no worries. So he meets you halfway, and you mount up.
Yep.
Auric. Roll me a D100.
Hell yeah.
This is the table that I had sent to me by Dingo and Felix. Long time ago.
54.
54. This one targets the caster. Roll another D100.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna die.
It's so nostalgic.
83.
It takes me back
83.
to the past of full of screaming and panic.
You have no idea what's happening. Just continue acting as normal. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
That's the worst possible answer.
Right. The Moss Wyvern is going to swoop at you, Leaf. Sorry, no, you're on its back. My mistake. It is going to...
To swoop with me.
Yeah, it'll swoop with you, actually. It's going to go probably for the flying man. I think that makes the most sense. There's a thing flying. It wants to eat the other flying thing. So let's have a look how it goes. It gets to make 2 attacks, one with its bite, one with its stinger. So the bite is 1. It swings past you, bites, misses you as you sort of like just don't even really move in the air. It's just kind of thrown off by the weight of the chain hanging off one side as it's flying. As it goes past the stinger, a 2, you kidding? Does nothing, just flails around, and this thing kind of moves and swoops around to come past.
Leaf is covering its eyes when it's flying at Auric.
Yeah. Cool. Leaf, you're up. Auric's up after.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try to swing the chain around. I'm not gonna roll. Yeah, I'm gonna roll bad again. That's a 12 again. Same as the first time.
You've done it one-handed, and I'll let you do a bonus action to keep trying it.
One of these has got to go, right? That's a 16?
That is not the AC, but I will allow it to swing around. 'Cause you're not really attacking the creature, right? You're just trying to get this thing around it. So you now have the chain around its neck, but you're not really applying any pressure yet.
Okay. Yeah, and with that, I will. I've used my bonus action. So yeah, I haven't moved this turn technically, so I'll just recharge my feline agility, and then I'm done.
Okay. Auric, what are you doing?
Yes, sir. Sorry. So you said that there was a demon that crawled out of that one building, right?
Yeah, a Marilith.
Oof, not fun. I have been descending from my flight so I can get closer to the boy. What I'm gonna do is, sorry, look to Gothi and say, notice. I'm assuming since I was concentrating on the boy, noticing that she tried to also affect it in some way. I would say, if we both go at it with the spell, perhaps we can weaken it together, and together just rip that book from that child's hands, or somehow overwhelm it with both of our magic.
Gothi, what you hear is...
Uh-huh. Okay.
and Auric, you don't
Sure.
realize that you're speaking like this.
I just hear myself talking. Right?
Yes.
Gothi's nodding very slowly.
So you agree? You're in for the plan.
She keeps nodding.
Excellent.
There's no one else around her to talk to about this. She's sort of like, okay, sure. Just gonna deal with this maybe later.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what Auric's going to do, because he believes that she's in on the plan, is I'm gonna hold my action to cast or to continue using telekinesis to try to pull the book from the boy's hands.
Roll me a d20, please.
Okay. Maximum chaos. 2.
Okay. Serum, it's your turn.
I would like to use a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna shove that book. I'm gonna shove that book out of that kid's hands.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, it's bad. He's a 4 for the natural 1.
So as the family in that house finishes its summoning, and they're like, "Oh, great, you're here to help us," its eyes go from blue to red, and a Baylor rips its way out the roof of that family home. At the end of this turn, I'm rolling the Marilith and the Baylor's initiative. Saren,
Well,
you're up.
Hey. Okay. Hmm. I'm gonna. This is probably gonna be a very futile attempt, but frickin' gonna take one of my. First I'm gonna run up to where I can be by the beam.
Mhm.
And I'm going to take one of my daggers out, and I'm just gonna try to throw it at the book, try to just like fucking get it out there. Like,
Is this a magic dagger?
sadly, no.
Gone.
Okay. That pseudo dragon still flying around?
Yep, it is freaking out.
Okay. What are some of the things that it's like going around?
It's just like pushing lots of its wares into this sack. It's set up quite a large area. So right now it's just like pushing a couple like gems have like lines and runes on them. It has a this large sort of suit of armor that is like all this like very shiny metals that is like trying to dismantle as quickly as it can to fit into the sack.
I'm about to ask is like, any of these items magical?
Points to a sickle, points to the armor, which has these like 2 large gems with 3 small gems around it, and fangs across the pectoral muscles of the breastplate. And
I'm gonna take the sickle.
Yep.
I'll pay you back for this, and I'm gonna try again.
Just like flies next to you, and is like opens his bag, like pointing, sickle in the back.
I'll pay you back. I'm gonna try to see if the magical item could go through this bullshit.
Okay.
Because
you throw it, make an attack.
okay, cool.
Gothi, you recognize this as a 4-claimer sickle?
Huh. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
What kind of attack should this be? Like,
it's a finesse light range thrown, so just you will have
Finesse.
proficiency with thrown weapons. So you will
Okay.
find just a
okay, cool.
make a standard like thrown dagger attack or
okay, so it should be like the same as
Yeah.
my unarmed strike, basically.
Pretty
So, okay, I will. Because I don't feel great about that, I'm going to use like 3 of my key points to bump that up to a 23, just because I'm paranoid.
Okay. You watch as the sickle goes through the edge, and it absorbs some of the light of the portal, so you can now actually clearly see in. It's not really a portal, more just this beam of light slowly expanding, and it's now easily seen through. It strikes the book and bounces off, and then like sort of like hovers in the air, and then back. There is a glowing four-claimer crystal in the pommel that's been attracted to the other crystal, and so they sort of like lock together. The energy shrinks a little bit. The child of the book slowly descend a touch. And then lines of energy shoot out. And suddenly all the quasits that were attacking their summoners turn and start flying towards the center, like circling around it.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
For those who are currently somewhat connected to the arcane and this thing, she did weaken the connection. She did make a positive impact on this thing. It's just that it's almost trying to defend itself at the moment. So, unless there's something else you want to do there, Sarah, it's Gothi's turn.
I can't do anything else.
Okay. This little pseudo dragon who telepathically tells you his name is Mint is like grabbing your hair and like kind of like I'll stop throwing my stuff away, and like points to his belongings, and then his bag. And it's like, wants your help.
I'm not gonna help you in a moment. I'll tear off your wings and you don't get out of my hair.
You get like just this very sad image in your head, like he's like, oh, I was trying to help. And like you have an image of him giving Leaf 3 bolts as well. All right, Gothi, your turn.
Gothi is sort of at a loss for what to do. She doesn't have any kind of magical items on her. So that was her last attempt to silence the kid. I guess, does she see Mint and
Yes.
trying to get Sarah's attention? All right, maybe she'll come ride by that scene on Jawbone's back. Maybe she recognizes the little dragon guy. I don't know if I've ever met him before.
I don't know if you have either. We can
I
make a
don't
history
think I
check.
have. Well, okay, we'll make a history check.
You might know about him. He's meant to be pretty famous. Let's see.
Oh, that's pretty okay.
Yeah. You've heard of Mint. You might have been in a town that he's been in. I think maybe not actually met him, but you know that he's meant to be a wandering traveler. He's a good guy. He just wants to, or a good pseudo dragon. Just wants to, sell his wares and yeah. Has like a really cool bag of holding, which holds almost like endless items for its traveling shop. He's concerned with the fact that all his items are being destroyed and does seem to want to help. He'll turn to you and you get this telepathic image of him just like looking at the beam and just like shrugging. He has no idea really how to stop it, but he does have weapons that he can help you fight off the monsters at least.
Okay. Seems like if we can actually hit that thing with magic, we might be able to shrink the beam. That's our best guess. And Gothi, I think Gothi like maybe turns around into like maybe her bandolier of potions and says, okay, if you happen to have something in your bag that you think can help us, I will trade you some potions for it. Does that seem fair?
Sort of looks at all the potions and just opens the bag and dives in. You see these like things just start popping out as he's like scrambling through the bag. He'll be around before he returns with something.
Sure.
So while you're waiting for him, is there anything else you want to do?
Unfortunately, I don't really have anything else. I guess maybe spend a spell on trying to keep creatures away, but I don't really have anything I don't have anything locked and loaded for that.
Okay.
So I guess not.
Okay, no worries. It is the Wyvern's turn. Going to come back around, gonna try bite Auric and then swoop Saren with its stinger. Also, you all now notice that there's another batch of Tarmors making their way through the front gates. So, at the end of this round, I am rolling the big old scary boys, the Balor and Marilith. So let's see these attacks. A natural 1 to bite Auric. This is going well. And now this stinger for Saren. Another 2. Are you kidding? All right. This is. I'm just gonna say that the Wyvern is really. It's just like, so you get this slow-mo as you go past of Leaf just like, and then that in its ear, and it's just kind of like shaking its head, trying to get him off. Cannot make a successful attack with Leaf on its back, and I'm just gonna dice and get in you. So let's roll initiative for the Balor. And the Marilith. They're attacking at the same time. Cool. So, Leaf, it's your turn. You are on its back. You're kind of maybe 10 feet off the ground, 10 feet from the beam, and you can now see the book, the kid inside. The kid is just glowing with power. His body is like almost much like when Auric kind of like had his flesh like strip away as he entered this realm. He's sort of like I don't want to go Mr. Stark. Just bits coming off him. Your turn, Leaf.
Okay, yeah. So we've swooped down. We made an attack, and we're starting to fly, kind of away from the beam.
Up and away. But you're close right now.
Okay, so Leaf is going to take the crossbow and just like quickly scoot it under the chain that he's tied around the neck, so that it kind of semi-knots itself, and he wants to shoot a wall with one of these special crossbow bolts, so that as it's flying by, the chain tightens and it just swings right into the beam.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to think about. Check that. Attacking a wall ain't hard. That's probably fine. No, I'll make you make an attack roll. To Sean, was you about to say something?
I was just to suggest maybe then I guess you make him make an attack roll and then have the creature do a saving throw.
Yeah. All right, make an attack roll.
Okay. So that's an 8. That does use my proficiency, so that one would be a 20 total. With reliable talent.
Are you jumping free? Yes.
Yeah, I would try, but if it's not a graceful landing, that's
make an acrobatics check to make a graceful landing.
That's a 21.
That's a 21. All right. Poof. Hits the wall, sinks in. These things flare out, and you see these little like spurts of like poison eject from the needles that have exited the wall, but it's actually sunk in deep enough to, when these things flare out, it's caught in the wall really well. Like you said, it just sort of whoosh, and you just get the tips of 2 wyvern wings just on the other side as it's just gone, disintegrated in the portal.
And yeah, Leaf is kind of holding on to the end of the chain and just rides the rest of the momentum to kind of walk into the group and kind of like with his arms like, yeah, this thing's real dangerous. Real dangerous.
Technically, you got a bonus action.
I'll just say, look to Gothi, and just say, but this seems like your wheelhouse, but whatever you need, you got an extra set of paws, and I'll use my bonus action help to give her advantage on her next action.
Auric, you had held an action last turn and never used it.
Well, the trigger was if Gothi had used a magic on the light, so he would.
What would you like to do this turn?
He's just gonna do it on his own. Then he's gonna. He'll just like be standing there or like floating. He's floating like 20 feet above the kid and just sort of be like ready to go, and then just like watch Gothi walk away, Gothi walk away, and be like, over here. And then that's just blah, blah, blah.
Talking some sort of primordial that no one understands.
Yeah. So
I like how Gothi doesn't know him well enough to not be sure. Like she's like, I think he spoke to me earlier, but I don't know the guy. Like maybe he always was like this.
Just a stress reaction.
Yeah.
In that case, I will use my action to engage in my what I was trying to do, because I really can't do anything else. I mean, I guess I could start trying to handle the creatures, but I feel like we got to close. The priority is closing this book.
Yep.
So I will my action. Oh, so I'll just give you the general outline of my whole turn. Action, telekinesis to break through the light to close the book and pull it away if possible.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work or half works. I'm going to use sorcery points I'm going to spend sorcery points, probably the rest of them, or almost all of them, to quicken a bonus action, dispel magic.
Okay. All the telekinesis, make yourself an Arcana check as you sort of reach out and you sort of like try to wrench the book closed.
Oh boy. Okay. I will have enough sorcery points to re-roll this. Okay. I'm going to use one sorcery point to re-roll that. It's my telepathic guidance. I got two less than that.
I'm sorry, dude. It's just not working.
Well, it's because Arcana is not my thing. On this build.
And then as your bonus action, you're going to try to dispel magic.
8th level.
8th level. Okay. That will get you a bonus. So,
Okay.
once again, you have to make your. I want you to roll a check. D20. When you dispel magic, it's D20 plus the spell level, right?
Yes.
All right. Cool.
No. So the DC for whatever it's dispelling is usually 10 plus the spell's level.
Sorry, yes, right.
The roll is just your spell modifier roll, so it would just be a charisma roll. 10
plus spell level. I said D20, but yes, I had it up here. I didn't say it right. Make your roll to dispel with advantage.
Oh, thank God. 18.
The book shudders and moves closer to the child, who lays his hand on it, and his hand starts to like sink into the page.
I'm running out of effective things, and every time I do something, it gets worse. So it's on you guys.
However, the light just goes and shrinks to this very narrow beam just around the kid. The edges of this thing are flickering. If you wanted to, you could actually reach in and attack in a flicker. You could use your action to make a single attack to like very quickly in and out, if one of you needed to. And next turn is Seren's. Just let you know, the Baelor and Marilith are approaching. They actually have the same initiative as you. And I'm just going to check my monster manual, because I need to know who has the higher dexterity.
Dexterity.
What's your dexterity, Saren?
+5 is 20.
I'm regretting making you a bigger target now.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Let me find a core handbook. What? The internet will solve this problem for me. Thank you, internet. You're always there when I need you. Oh yeah, I did forget something, and since it's not quite anyone else's turn yet, D100 please, Oric.
You got it, boss. $13.
13 you say.
a
Let's
good
see
number.
what this does. Another D100 please.
Yeah. Here we go. Roll. 67.
You've used that magic, but you didn't feel any power leave you. You still retain that spell slot.
8th level. Keep an 8th level spell slot. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, let's be honest. In the effects that could be, a Malith gets 7 attacks.
All those arms.
Yeah. Okay. What's your dex, Saren?
20.
And its dex is 20. Roll a d20 for me. We're gonna do a roll off between you and the Marilith. See who goes first. Just a
Rock,
straight
paper,
roll.
death.
Yeah,
Rock,
that's
paper,
it.
Death.
It got
Okay.
15. Let's see how you do.
Come on, Saren.
Saren.
Oh, that was so close to a 16.
That's not good. The
Yeah.
Marilith slithers on up. So right now I believe it's Gothi, Leaf, Saren, all like standing in like a arc, right? Cool. It is going to make 2 attacks with its swords against each of you, and then just tail slap the shit out of Leaf. So let's see how this goes. Starting with Leaf. 15 to hit.
Not a hit.
All right, that one's hitting. That's 26.
Okay.
You take 13. Yes.
Am I standing right next to the pillar with the kid?
Yeah.
I would like to use what's it called? Misdirection? I just got this. Oh no, it's not granting me cover. So it says when you're targeted by an attack and another creature is within 5 feet, granting cover against the attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack target that instead of you. So if possible, I would like this attack to hit the book.
You target another creature instead of you. Can't be an object.
No, it would have to be a creature. So maybe I
You
just
can
hit
stab the
smack.
kid if you want.
Stab that kid.
Stab.
What is it?
that
No,
child.
Leaf wouldn't stab a kid. Not even with
It's not-
someone else's hand.
Yeah, you're not the one doing it.
Maybe it'll just get disintegrated if it tries.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, you
Andy?
That
could
is
just,
what I would
like-
like to happen.
You could just matador the Marilith into the beam.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Slap the kid.
Stab that kid. Okay. The kid is Bomino with 1 hit point.
Out of the deception.
Inside an
Murder a
invincible
child.
beam of disintegrating energy.
Yes. However, like I said, it's flickering like around. So I'm gonna make you roll a dice here. Low, the beam deflects the sword. High, the kid gets stabbed.
Oh
You got healing
god.
magic, right?
I'm raising my hand.
I am too.
Let's see how this goes.
15. That's pretty
Oh,
high.
It just and the kid's head just rolls off its body,
no!
Ooh.
and the beam shuts off. The Marilith's eyes go blue again, and it's just looking around. Ooh. And it heads back towards its owner.
I can't snap that back into place.
Just a little chiropractic, it's fine. Well, this took a dark turn. In my notes, I had conditions of closing portal, one of which was kill kid for instant close. So,
Dang it, I have regenerate, but I only had one spell slot for that level, and I used it to make everything hover.
Well, you could
Can I
do it
pump
next.
my sorcery points into Gothi to
no.
whatever I have left?
I have a really great heal.
The old lady that runs the town sort of like looks out her window. Is it over? Oh. Looks at you guys. Thank you for saving us. Think. Just little halfling wanders out. Does anyone know where his mother and father are? No?
I got a super good healing spell. Would that do the trick?
Is it gonna bring someone back to life?
Depends on how quickly we act.
Do it.
No, I'm being facetious. No, I don't think I can.
I feel like the child is dead until someone gets a resurrection spell the next day.
First, let's also I think Gothi takes out her spear and sort of nudges the book away from the kid so that it's no longer touching the boy.
Kicks that close.
It's sort of smoking a little bit. As you kick it close, it just goes, and the little crystal turns and it locks again.
Oric would float over to Mint, where he's digging in around the bag, and then just shout into there. Except he can't because it'll sound like gibberish. So I'll shout, "Do you have anything in there that can save the life of a dead child?" He
comes flying out, and
maybe he understands the language.
He has a 4-claimer crystal for Gothi, and she wanted something that might help with the portal. Right? He was in the bag. He didn't know what was going on. Comes out, 4-claimer crystal. And he's dragging this very long sword, and then he just looks. And then you get this image in your head. Gothi just potion.
Gothi just says that actually change of order. Do you maybe have a resurrection spell somewhere, or
if you can see a pseudo dragon frown, that's what it's doing. And he sort of looks in. After maybe 2 or 3 minutes, he finds an old scroll and sort of blows it off. And he points to your spear. Holds up the scroll.
How about some potatoes instead?
In the dirt, he writes down 21,000 G.
Thought Mint was a good guy.
It's a resurrection scroll.
Gothi turns to the rest of the party and says, "Okay, new kids, what you got?"
Okay. Gonna pick up the book and that 4-claimer sickle. What about if we handed these things off to you? I think that is very costly. Or I can open it up right now and start reading it and cause that whole thing again if you don't just give us the scroll.
He snatches the book away. He tries to make a intimidation check.
Okay.
I've still got telekinesis up. I'm gonna help her if I can.
I mean, everyone can help her. If you want to take advantage for this, you can. It's a pretty scary thing.
Shit, roll a thing. 23.
Snatches the book away and so just like pushes the scroll at you. It's like
Thank you. Pleasure doing business with you.
packs his
And one of you
stuff
spell
up
people
and just
do it.
like backs away. Looks at you. Puts his hand into his thing. Looks at Gothi. And you get a telepathic image of someone like it's like a board and hammer like repairing, but it's the side of Oryx's head, and then they're asking for 2 potions and a potato.
Okay, fair deal.
He just pulls out his little flask, just pours water over your head.
They're doing all that and like seriously like looking at orcs like, did you bite your tongue or something, man?
But
No, you can talk normally now. Your hair's wet.
what are you talking about?
Oh, now you.
Why is my head wet?
This little pseudo dragon washed your hair, and that fixed the problem. Yes, you did.
You couldn't
College
talk
Younger.
before.
I was speaking very clearly.
No, you were
Speak.
orc.
He sounds like that to me most of the time.
That's fair.
So
Hand off the scroll to someone.
you all.
Gothi, for good measure, we'll let Mint have like, I don't know, give him some bonus potions and stuff.
Okay. He sort of like happily takes it and then makes his way out of town. This has been a interesting shopping day at the market. Out of combat. You are out of combat. The creatures are no longer attracted to it, and they don't really want to walk through spikes, so they're just leaving. Still a dead kid. You should probably, work on that.
Oh, right, the other part of resurrecting a thing.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to do to help save small child?
Put his head back where it's supposed to be.
I'll
Puts it
hold
on.
it in place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's good with who's got the spell then?
So you need to regenerate first, right, to connect the head?
I don't have that spell slot anymore. I can heal it.
We could wait a day.
We're all just going to enjoy the spa for a day, and then
Yeah, just the spa, just like. So about those
What-
hot
what-
springs.
Yeah, we're
What is
just like,
that?
well, it seems like we've had a bit of a day. I think we deserve a little bit of us time.
What kind of? You said it's a scroll of resurrection, right? Like the resurrection spell.
yep.
I don't think do we need to reconnect the head for that?
Double check.
I think it actually does heal the person.
Yeah, I
Does
think
it?
it does. I think
Okay.
it's the first one that does. Restores any missing body parts. Closes all wounds and restores any missing body parts. He's gonna be very tired after this. But normally they like specify if their head's been removed, they can't be if that's a condition.
And it doesn't specify?
I don't see a creature when it died. It neutralizes any poisons. It doesn't, however, remove magical disease, curses, and the like, if such are removed. If like the body returns.
Okay.
Spell close. Yeah, I don't see head requirement.
So who's going to be the one to read from this scroll as you sort of like this father walks out and sees what's going on as there's a dead 11-year-old in the street with the strange woman just holding his head in place. Is it my boy? What have you done?
We're working on it. Just hang on a
We're
second.
fixing it. We're fixing it.
Good. Hang on.
He starts advancing and I imagine Jawbone will get in the way.
Yeah, sure. Jawbone, just keep him over there. Don't bite him though. Don't bite him. Guard.
just moves up and he's like, what? Why? Yeah, sure. What level's resurrection?
7th.
I had to sneeze. Okay.
Takes us an
So-
hour to cast it.
So for the next
An hour.
hour, Gothi is reading slowly from the scroll, setting everything up, laying out.
God, it's like a cookbook. There's so much so much
Well, there's the
fluff at the
whole
beginning of
there's
it.
the whole blog, yeah.
yeah.
I
You're
don't
like,
want to hear about your grandma. Ugh, something
And-
about quilting recipes and geez, come on, get to the good part. Scroll, scroll, scroll.
Yeah. And the old lady in the village, she knows a little bit about this sort of stuff. So she's actually like making a little circle as you're reading. She's like getting herbs to burn and like making it all nice and like laying flowers down. And at the close of an hour, there's a flash of light around the kid's neck. He just sits bolt upright. I am never reading again.
Good decision.
Correct choice.
Oh, thank God.
And
Like that entire hour, Leaf was standing there, just eyes completely wide, just bored stiff, and was like, the other thing went through and turned to dust, and the second thing cut his head off. And it just like repeating that over and over again.
boy runs.
Would you believe this is a regular day here? This
Oh, you
isn't even
should
my
see the-
worst day.
You should see the
Same.
days where we're from.
Kid runs to his dad.
Mm.
They hug, and the old lady's like, I think you deserve a free spa day for resolving all of this. And you guys can kind of feel that your essences are being dragged away, but it's going to take a few hours. So, Goth, you start to remember who Sips is, and Arena, and the beacons, and Jack, and you're just like, and you can feel like every now and again, like the world sort of just like glitches a little bit, and like you sort of like fade a second, like you will eventually all be rebounded to where you were before you were teleported here by all the crazy magics that were going on.
I like to think that, like, maybe you said we had like a spa day or something.
Mhm.
So we got to go out and maybe like go chillax a bit. And then like there's a moment where Gothi just goes, oh crap, Sips. Oh, damn it, Arena. Fuck, Jack. Jeez. As it all comes flowing back to her and she's in the middle of having like a pedicure or something. Just, God damn it.
Yeah. You're all sitting, I can imagine, like this big circular, like maybe like a mud spa thing. You've got the towel on your head. You got people like, you know, there's these little closets like giving you a manicure. Gothi's your hands out to the side, and like you're all sort of like sitting in this thing, and then like there's just Jawbone just like swimming in circles in it, like just enjoying the thing, and then you're just like,
Aw.
oh god, Sips, like just like, oh no, no.
It's like when a kid remembers they have homework that night. It's like, shit. It's like, I gotta go. I got a monkey.
We got him. We have a cat.
So you know, the malice sort of like slithers up and wraps you, like as you said, like covers you in towels for modesty, like off you go, and you leave.
Very unceremoniously, just like, oh shoot. Goodbye, temporary party. I have a primary party I need to return to, and if you knew anything about them, you would know why I have to leave immediately.
I understand. Here, go.
Pleasure
meeting
like
you.
wide-eyed and getting his like there's Quasit's doing a manicure on his demon hand, and the Quasit kind of picks up his hand and waves, but Leaf is in a different world.
No.
Good luck whatever up with. And she gestures broadly to them. Whatever's up with you guys.
Leaf,
Yeah.
you remember that you were sneaking into House Vaughn, trying to break into the vault beneath it to get something. And as that realization like occurs to you, you start like fading out faster and faster.
Yeah, so Leaf's eyes go a little bit even wider. And he's like, oh yeah, it's all coming back. Wow, this is oh,
And you got
on the top 10 list for sure. All right.
it's on the top 10 list of gone. And Leaf just
He's
disappears.
just gonna appear in the mud house, just covered in mud with
Yep.
like a half-done pedicure.
This is seaweed wrap.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get dressed, Org, because I don't want to show up back in front of the party
And she
just
disappears.
naked in mud.
I wonder where they all went.
I just love the progressing panic of realize you're all like semi-clothed and all vanishing one by one. Just like, oh shit, oh shit.
Just reaching into the bag, pulling a shirt on. real quick.
Yeah.
Not
Sarah,
like this.
you, Sloane, and Nia were just like sitting there having a chat privately, and to them, you just like blinked in and out for a second, but you come back, just more or less naked, covered in mud. One of them's
Well-
like, oh, okay, and Sloane gets a bear cloak and just slings it around you.
Thank you. So anyways, where were we?
Auric. One of the townsfolk, because you've been there for about 6 or 7 hours, like just enjoying the rest of this day. It was kind of morning when this started. They've made you an item to take home. Yes. There is there's like a couple scrolls with like spells written on them, which are from it's Kickstarter, go check it out. And there is a large sword made from the Tamor. They sort of pack this up in a bag. You haven't disappeared yet. You're not really fading as fast as the others. So you get to dry off, shower, get dressed. You sort of, you know, you are still forearmed, and every now and again a spider crawls from somewhere. And you go to sit down to read your book again, and the room sort of just like melds as like sort of like a crossfade into like the back to where you was. But weirdly, your exoskeleton sheds off. All the arms, the teeth, the arm flesh gave you as well. So you now have your back to being 2 elven hands.
Thank fuck.
And I'm back in my room.
You're back in your room. Manicured, pedicured, makeup done, hair done, everything's... Hey, you got the full treatment. You look 1,000 years younger. And with that shudder, we will end the session. Everyone have fun?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I thought we would focus on a bit of like the area, some of the monsters, some of the class stuff, so that you know you could show off what Gothi's class could do. Show off. I mean, we didn't really get to show off what the Weavers are a whole lot, but you know there was a bit there. Get to show
Climbed up
off.
a wall.
What was that?
I climbed up a wall.
Yeah.
Climbed up a
Feature.
wall. Yeah.
And then also
Fighters.
shows the the chiropractor monk.
Definitely saw what the Chironin could do.
Yes.
Bad pain.
There's a lot more features to it than that, and
Yeah.
you will find them in the Bellowing Wilds Kickstarter. You should definitely go check it out. Thank you very much to Hit Point Press, well actually Dingo for reaching out, and then Hit Point Press also for throwing some assets and info our way, and a cool book. Look, it's Gothi. He
Yeah,
played
it's
with us
me.
today.
Hey.
And we've had Dingo shop on our channel before, and Kinora as well, and that was a good time for everyone, wasn't it, Leaf? Auric?
They're nodding.
Yeah,
But I can see the fear in their eyes.
So, if you want to find out more about the Kickstarter, we have links in the channel, in the chat. You should definitely go check that out. When the VOD goes up, there'll be links in the description. You can find it there. It is great. It's really, really good. There's a lot of really cool content to it. I highly recommend checking it out if you can. If you can afford it, back it. The massive... I am still evil, thank you. The massive, friggin' massive Tarrasque is one of my favorite things to it. And Felix, being a DM after my own heart, has made a die Tarrasque, which I was already working on, so I'm really happy I don't have to finish it, because I can use his now.
We did it for you.
Yeah, it just made my life so much easier. Thanks, Felix. Other than that, I just want to thank Sirenscape for letting us use their music. Thank Serum once again for the overlay. Thank all the wonderful players, all the chat, bits, follows, subs, everything that's come in tonight. Thank you very, very much. And for putting up with us being half hour late due to tech issues. That's really, really appreciated. I'll let you guys do a quick round of your favorite moment and where you're from. Since Gothi's probably not seen this before, she can go last. Which actually is the hardest place to go, because you have to choose a favorite moment that someone else hasn't already chosen. So,
Oh, okay.
we will start with
Challenge accepted.
Kelsey.
Okay. My favorite moment, it's probably when Gothi just showed up near Sarah and it's just like, how do you feel about accepting candy from strangers? I really love that. Just that line, and then getting to become big. I love that moment a lot personally. And yeah, do I also introduce myself or?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Kelsey. I've been playing Saren here as using the monk subclass from the Kickstarter. I wish I could use more of it. I really wish I could now have a full game to play this in, because it's very fun. I am Rogue Uzu on Twitter and YouTube, where I draw a bunch of things, especially D&D content. And on my YouTube, I talk about the first game I ever ran, called Atlantis. And yeah, that's me.
Okay, next up we'll have Mike, who played Leaf.
My favorite moment, I think, was the whole reverse gravity. It's always fun when when someone comes on the show and just literally turns everything upside down. So that was great. And yeah, I'm Mike Friday. I was playing Leaf tonight, and I am also the DM over at Wonders and Blunders. We're a 5e horror comedy D&D podcast, and we just wrapped season 1. We're getting started on recording season 2, so you've got loads of time to check out the backlog.
Right. Next up we have, and I have to say actually, Mike, it was great to have you back. Can't wait to try to get you back on the main cast. We'll find a time, surely. All right. Next up we have Sean, who played Auric.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I've been coughing all night. I am still sick. I got to play Auric tonight as a Weaver, which I was very excited about because he's got a lot of issues with spiders in our main game. And it was a lot of fun. And I'm super excited to get all the stuff from this Kickstarter now that I pledged in the middle of this game. But my favorite moment was definitely Leaf's usual shenanigans of hopping on the back of something, wrapping a chain around it, and riding it into the yonder and causing chaos with it. And generally all the chaos tonight was what I enjoyed the most. I am Sean of Paradise Productions, where I'm the creative director over there, where we play, do all sorts of nerdy stuff. We have a lot of great shows over there. We have our own long-term D&D campaign. It's every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we have a lot of things in the burner right now. We're planning to expand to a lot more programming, a lot more cool stuff in the new year, hopefully towards the summer. So come check us out. We have a lot of fun over there. And yeah.
I'll just throw this in there so that Shannon, when she watches the VOD, hears it. You should definitely check them out on Sunday night for their Powerful Hour. Great. All right.
Yes.
Last but definitely not least, we have Gothi.
Hi there, I'm Gothi, and I think my favorite moment of the session was when Saren got a nat 20 and hurled that Tarmaw onto the other Tarmaw for a great, amazing round of Yeet That Gator. You can find me at Dynabees on Twitter. I also am the lead artist for the Fool's Gold Kickstarter and the Fool's Gold 5e module. I had the great honor of getting to actually design the look of the new Dire Tarask, as well as designing the look for the Tarmaw and a bunch of other creatures that you will surely encounter in the future, much to your dismay, depending on how well or how poorly they go. And I mean, thank you so much, you guys, for having me as well. This has been a great lot of fun to be Gothi again and to play this chaotic druid mom with
Very
all
glad
her
to
poor
have you.
choices.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Nova. My favorite moment was probably just the interaction at the start where Leaf was like, "We're here with a message, lay your tithes down at our feet." And you're like, are you trying to be a god? Demigod, god, whatever works, you know. I enjoyed that little running line from that bit at the start. To let you guys know, by the way, you had one more success. Every time you succeeded on beating that beam of light, so it started at 21 DC, got that once, knocked it down, and then it went to 18, and then you matched that and you knocked it down. You only had to get a 15 or higher to turn it off, but then Leaf decapitated a kid with a Marilith, so that also
We chose
worked.
violence.
I was gonna punch that book out of there because I remembered my fists are magical.
Yeah, so like, yeah, if you'd won the roll off, you wouldn't have to resurrect a child. I'm sure that trauma won't live with, but it'll be fine. So, other than that though, yeah, I'm Nova. I run roll for damage. I do all the everything really here except for the Monday night game of Humble, which is run by Josh. Humble also being from Hit Point Press, so you know you should check out all their stuff. It's great. Yeah, I think that's everything. We're gonna find someone to raid, probably the Arcane Arcade, since they're live and they're a lot of fun. So if you could stick around for just 30 seconds, we're on a 30-second ad. It really helps the channel out. That would be great. Once that's over, we will be raiding Arcane Arcade. Stick around, throw raid emotes in the chat. We really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Wave goodbye, guys.
Hi.
I'm also waving.
You're waving.
Wave,
Waving.
wave, wave.
Waving. This is a
Wave
waving
for you.
sound effect.